All right. Shall we? Okay. I'm feeling the song. I'll just keep it rolling. All right. Let us begin. We see dust and sand sprinkling down from cracks in the ceiling. Muffled shouts of cheers and jeers from the grandstands above as three of the remaining challengers in Gamos, Mythos, and Hugh fight against previous heroes of the arena, attempting to make it to the final round in the tournament of favor. But right now we see Maddie sitting on a stone bench in the small firelit chamber beneath the Grand Coliseum of Port Hope. She's been patiently waiting for her turn to enter the arena above to fight a champion. Some would say the champion of this Coliseum. A young woman who won her way into fame and fortune at an age not too far off from Maddie's, now known as the Merchant Princess Akin Afa. Moments before the final fight of the round is to commence, a tall woman in fine robes and gold jewelry, jet black skin, and a smooth bald head enters Maddie's pre-fight chamber, looking over the young girl before addressing her. Congratulations, Matty, on making it this far. We were all very pleased to see your display in the previous round and your bravery in the round before. It is a great honor to fight the Merchant Princess Akin Afa. I hope you feel quite honored. It will also be very honorable for you to fall. She looks into Maddie with these very studying eyes, obviously trying to read her emotions in reaction to her last words. You see, when you drew Akin's rock, it was the gods that decided today would not be Mattie's day for victory. She reaches into her robes, pulling out a small pouch that rattles a bit with the sound of delicate gems rubbing against one another, and places it on the stone bench beside Maddie. But favor would still belong to Mattie. She then gives a graceful bow. Good luck. And swiftly exits behind the heavy curtain. The camera slowly zooms from Maddie sitting on the stone bench to the small pouch of gems beside her. Then we crossfade into the arena above, where we see cool diagonally split screen, one with Mythos standing across from a Tabaxi warrior called Tarashi, the Needle Spear, and the other of Gamos, across from a labyrinthine elf called Zenith the Red. And we will commence in the first two fights of the arena.
Wait, I missed that last part. Do it again.
Okay, I've got Gamos on the lower and Mythos on the upper. And I still don't have my little clicky button. Oh, shit.
We got to get advantage on Anish,
Oh, yeah. Roll that advantageoso.
just in case, you know. I even clicked the advantage button. It didn't work, but it's fine. It's no big deal.
Ooh, woof.
Even worse. All right.
Too bad you have to take that. Just kidding. There's got to be a way. I can't remember. I need to look into the sheet to do that.
Dang it, I don't know how big I see it.
Bam, 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 bam. Tiny. You are also in the crowd, if you wish to be, or you can be beneath, still completely vanished from when Mythos poofed you into oblivion. Up to you. Up to you. If you want to be in the crowd or not. Also up to you if you even want to roll initiative or not.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I'll be doing too much, but we'll do it just for fun.
Love it. For you and Brett, I'm just going to fly by your turns and just let me know if you want to do something before.
Okay, yeah.
Just let me know.
Good.
Okay, so the fights commence. A little bit about your opponents. Mythos, you are fighting a Tabaxi warrior. He's kind of tall with very long arms, very long limbs.
Sorry, didn't mean to click it.
Just hunter's marking, just to test the dice. It's always smart.
Didn't mean to. I was just trying to look at it. I didn't
Just
mean to,
warming those dice up, sure, warming them up.
didn't mean to click it. I'm sorry.
You're probably in the code of Roll20 and you're trying to make adjustments, get the dice on your side. I understand. I do that all the time. Adjust the code in my favor. I'm sure that's possible. But yes, you see this kind of lanky Tabaxi across from you. He is he is wielding a spear and shield. And he looks kind of older, but he's still pretty got some movement about him. He seems pretty quick on his feet, light on his feet. And for Mythos, this labyrinthine elf that is kind of donning all this red armor, like this beautiful red armor, he stands across from you. He's got little hand crossbow at his side, and he wields a short sword. And that is what you both say.
What's the crowd's reaction to these? Are they
The crowd is heavily seems in favor of the heroes in both situations. They don't seem anti the others, as they've like enjoyed the fights thus far.
Gotcha,
but there's
right.
just like this home crowd.
Hometown guys? I got you.
Exactly. But overhearing some of the like bet takers around you, like there are people betting against the heroes in some of these stations. Just a lot. It sounds like because the odds may be stacked against the challengers.
I'll take those bets.
But yeah, you want to get in on some bets here?
Yeah.
The bookies around you, the same one is kind of actually in that same area. Kalahu, I believe her name is. And with your winning before, she's keen to take more coin from you in hopes of making her money back.
Okay.
You going on Mythos and Gamos?
Yeah, 5 each.
Love it. Be might as well. Know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right. We start with the Tabaxi. The needle spear takes off in Jaw's direction. He's actually got plenty of movement. He runs at you, Mythos, and kind of in this kind of whirling motion, feints with his spear and then attempts to bash you with his shield. Because of course,
I like that.
why wouldn't you? A 12 to hit.
No, sir.
Love it. And as he spins away from you, that's all he does. Just spins away from you. Spins and then
He's
readies
spinning to
himself.
win.
Spin it to win it. Readies himself for the attack. And go below. Draw. 2 got the jump as we begin. So he is going to kind of whirl out this direction. And what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? That seems fun. But not yet. He's gonna try and hit you with a hand crossbow shot. Flink! 15 to hit Gamos.
Block with the shield.
Say, fuck that hand crossbow. And it is your go, Gamos.
Gamos. Take a step forward
Oh.
and the air begins to swelter around him as he rages. And well, the elf friend is going to take 2 points of fire damage.
Oh.
Then Gomos is going to make an attack.
Ooh. Does he now? Does he now? My word.
That's just a 23. It wasn't a crit.
Oh.
I didn't say wreck was before I rolled.
Oh. Upset.
I think that's only fair.
Everyone's upset.
Oh, Will's here.
Solid hit. Hello, Will.
Sorry,
We're
went to go
good.
walk the dog at 5 and
Oh no.
kept walking. Like I had no idea it was even close to time.
It's no worries at all. You're only missing a fight that you're not in. Gamos strikes true. Beautiful. Almost very true. Mythos.
You know, I'm just gonna say Flavor. You know, dodging out of the way of the shield, does a little tuck and roll action. You know, just reposition a little bit,
Love it.
just in case. You know, 60
That'd be
feet
right.
is important to Brett. Just in
It
case.
is. It is actually. If
You know,
could
just
get-
in case.
if you could get him within 60, that might be a good strategy.
Well, I make no promises about that, but I at least got
Yeah.
within 60.
Yep. You're
you
good.
could try to help the Tabaxi then, is what I think.
And then he will attempt an attack.
19 to hit? My word. That'll do it.
Crack. The Tabaxi feels a little bit extra force behind it somehow.
Yeah,
He's not really sure where that's coming from.
No, he's actually very not. And as you slam into him, somewhere in the future, there's this like starting to disintegrate of Saru in just one of the random scenes.
For the love.
Just like this, like he's slowly starting to disappear. Just kidding. It's not Saru's dad. Beautiful. Mythos, anything else?
Nope.
Beauty. Tiny and Brett, anything?
Nope.
Blast.
Yep. Yes, I
You.
am going to shout out at the drow.
Wonderful.
Because I am within 60 feet.
Yes.
Hey, Pointy! It's the big guy right in front of you. That's who you're supposed to hit. You suck. And would like a wisdom save, please.
Oh, doke.
Damn.
Woo.
You have the wisest gladiators, Michael. So wise. All right, that's all I got.
Dope. Right. The Tabaxi will spear.
Goodness.
26 to hit with 15 points in the second spear. 23 to hit. Wow.
Okay.
You love to see it. You love to see it from this guy. But that's all.
Make sure your HP and bloody tokens are working appropriately.
I believe
Yep,
they
okay.
are.
Yep. All right. On my turn, because it's my top guy's turn, right?
Yes.
I will shout out, "Come on, Mythos, get it together! You can do this! It's just a flesh wound!" And cast Healing Word at the first level. Oh, jeez. Giving you 4 points of heals back.
Hey, 4. 4 is better than 0.
Yeah. That's all I got.
The drow will get in there on the big goat man. And drow, I said. You know what he is. He's a labyrinth elf. Not a drow. And attack twice with his short sword. Stab. 15 and 14.
Not gonna do it.
Clanging against the shield. You can almost tell that he's not sure how to fight you. Like he's fighting you somewhere between a beast and a mounted warrior. You know, he's unsure. He just doesn't seem used to this type of battle, almost. And it is your go.
All right. Second. Gamos is going to use his bonus action to heat things up, so he takes 2 points of fire damage.
A little bit.
And he's going to take the attack of opportunity as he leaves.
Hey, got one.
Does hit. I take half that piercing.
Crowd goes wild.
And as he's backing away, he's gonna do a lance strike when he's out of the 5-foot reach.
It's like a dope ass backwards lance hit. Oof. Does not hit as he's able to kind of maneuver out of the way.
All right. That's it.
Okay, Mythos. This old Tabaxi's still got a little pep in his step.
Say so. Is eating a berry an action or bonus action?
I would think a bonus action, unless it says an action. But eating it, I would call it a bonus, and shoving it into someone else's mouth, I would call it an action. Treat it like a health potion.
Cool. Okay. Then Mythos will
But
disengage.
you could also eat a handful of berries if you wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
He will disengage, but just for the purposes of the theater, he staggers back from the two vicious hits. And then plucks the berries from his pocket, healing for 9 points.
Nice. Handful of berries just shoved into his mouth. Still out there eating grapes.
I mean, that's what it looks like. He's just like kind of like he was shaken, but now he's back and he's just like leisurely eating grapes, but they're actually good berries. That is his turn.
All grapes are just good berries. Tiny?
Nothing.
Anything? What is this? Top Brett?
It's bottom Brett and got nothing.
Beautiful. Foxy kind of smirks a bit, feeling a little better about himself. He will once again run forward, leap into the air, and try to bash you with his shield. Missing again. Brutal, that guy. The top Brett.
Top Brett is going to insult that guy and would like a wisdom save.
Whoop. Ugh.
There you go. 2 points and disadvantage.
No.
That was going to be our only hope.
Yeah, nope, 100%.
No.
That's all I got.
Beautiful. I feel like this guy's gonna kind of do one of those cool, like, half circle things as he preps and fires his hand crossbow, like Gamos. I guess he probably wants to get a little closer. Mayhaps. Just missing, just so wide. Impacting someone in the crowd. There's a scream. Oh! It's the Wilhelm scream. Gamos, here's your go.
Okay. Gamos is going to try for a charge.
Oh boy.
Actually, he's not.
That scares me more.
Gonna step up. Drop his lance and grab a javelin from his pouch. And holds it for a second, seems to mutter something, and then just chucks it in a straight line towards him, and it turns into a lightning bolt
Hell yeah.
as he throws a javelin of lightning. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
All right, and then here it's the lightning damage. So 17 lightning damage on top of that 6.
Oh. Okay.
And could he grab his lance again with his bonus action?
Yeah, why not? It's like you.
Just sticks it in, and then and then he waits.
He waits. Mythos. Mouthful of grapes.
He's swinging away. Hey!
Oh.
Hey!
Go.
Let's go.
I love it. Confirm that shit. 16 confirms.
Hey, let's go.
I'll go to the old burnt. Bludgeon.
Bludge.
D20 bludge. Brutal show. Shrewd head deck. 4. Beautiful. So another weapon die of damage. Another 7 points of damage on top of that.
So a D8.
Yes, sir. Ah! Mythos. How do you want to do this?
Whoa.
The crit was enough to do it.
He like sort of deftly dodges out of the way of the shield bash and just sort of spinning his quarterstaff around his body, comes up and catches him straight at the bottom of his chin, just snapping his neck back, knocking him unconscious.
Yeah, you see this Tabaxi kind of like lift into the air with that extra force damage that comes with that hit. And it was just so square and so perfect. You get the feeling that if you didn't hit him in that perfect spot, that he would have still been up and ready to rumble. But as he kind of like flies into the air and tumbles into a heap on the ground, there's this like lull in the crowd, and then a massive elated, like everyone goes insane. And Brett, as you kind of glance around, you catch a few many bookies looking at a few people into the crowd with eyes like wow, like shock. It's not gonna-
Including mine. I'm making direct eye contact and pointing like.
Yeah, it's good. It is good.
That was so much damage.
Perfect. That was so good. My God.
Mythos just
Okay.
lets out like a victorious yell in his fire form, you know.
Team Banana Candy didn't know what they were getting, you know.
Spiking his quarterstaff once again into the sand.
Okay, going down. Let me get rid of some of these. I don't know. It doesn't really matter which one is which here on the sheet at all. It actually doesn't. Okay. Get rid of this tiny. Get rid of Brett. Get rid of Spoxy. Get rid of Mythos. Beautiful. All right. Brett or Tiny, anything before the fight continues?
You
Nope.
suck.
You suck. Kill this character sheet. Great. Okay. 11.
Yes. Fail. 3 points. Disadvantage.
Beautiful.
It's happening.
It is his turn with disadvantage.
Be funny to have Brett kill him from the sideline. It just like falls.
That'd be amazing.
I was just thinking, like, God, that would have been hilarious right there.
Blood drips from his nose and he just falls onto the ground. From
He's in shock from the bolt.
last
Mhm.
impact. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Just doesn't seem that smart. He's gonna shoot the crossbow again. Seems like the best route here for him. Oh! 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 He confirms it. Yes. Oh boy. Okay. That is.
Technically, that was his disadvantage roll
Oh, well,
because you only
Even-
rolled once. So I was just saying, like, if you wanted to give
Yeah.
yourself another chance.
even with disadvantage, it's a 1 and a 10, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm already in the burn. Okay. Jammed it.
I'm familiar with that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do I have? Intelligence or wisdom?
What about +4 whiz?
Yeah, it's a check though. It's only +1. It's a check. Gotta beat 10 plus. I don't have a proficiency mod. Level. Okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The weapon is, in all intents and purposes, broken, and he's very angry with it. Just throws it to the ground, and then like looks back at you and is like, "Come on!"
Free action. I'm starting to finish him, champ.
And it is Gamos' turn.
This time, Gamos is going to charge. First hit with the lance, and he is recklessing.
Ooh!
I always miss that.
I'll be
Not
honest.
the first time.
I thought it was
Every
going to
time
be a crit.
after.
I thought it was going to be a crit for sure. I was just feeling like, oh no.
Jeez, that's such good damage too.
Oh man. Well, bonus
Both vibes,
action.
baby.
He can burn for 2 damage.
Well, the 2 damage helps as the damage continues to pour on. Oh God. Gods. Oh gods. He will.
It's Brett's turn first.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Brett. What you got? Brett and Tiny, if anything.
Another vicious mock.
Love it. Keep the mocking coming.
There you go.
Didn't hear you that time. Thankfully.
That's all I got.
He'll step up and stab twice. Oh, 23.
Does have advantage.
Oh, wonderful. I'll roll 1 for advantage. All right, it's 23. And second attack. 12. It's 1 hit.
All right. Took 6 points of damage total.
That tough goat exterior hide, hardened by the sands of Moran. It is Gamos' go.
Gamos drops his lance and swings out his war pick. 13.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. This battle rages on. Gamos, you staying there with the war pick out?
Yeah.
Love it. Brett, insult still flying?
Oh yeah, you know it. It's literally all I can do because we now know one more is making it to the final round. I've got to save some stuff.
See how strong the wisdom is. 7.
Fail. Disadvantage. 3 points.
That's big.
Now I'm kind of. I didn't even thought about me taking him down with my mockery. Now I'm really rooting for it.
I am too.
Let chaos reign.
Just want him to like just fall over at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He will again attack twice this time.
Well, he's taking what?
Disadvantage on-
Lightning damage, piercing damage, psychic damage, and fire damage.
Oh!
with disadvantage. Unbelievable.
Wow.
The confirm is also disadvantage. So
He's back.
just
DM's
just-
back
Wow.
to his cheating ways.
21 to confirm. What the fuck is happening? What is this weapon? A slasher or a piercing?
Piercing.
Pierce, thank you. Oh no.
The more damage.
No. Oh boy.
Okay. Con roll. Half of confirmation, so 21.
Yes. Con for half.
half.
Yes. DC
Yeah, con-
21.
Yeah.
For one love of exhaustion.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hey, you just need to get one. Losing one's fine.
the exhaustion sets in. Oh my word. At normal for his second attack with the short sword. How did I roll up 2 crits with a disadvantage? That's some luck. Can hit end it.
Jeez.
Oh.
That did it.
goodness.
Yeah, that's exactly 7.
Oh.
Dang.
How quick is
Wow.
like the fight over, so to speak?
What do you mean?
Like, will I get a turn?
It will be after Gamos' turn.
Yeah.
So Gamos falls to the earth. This last slash going across as Gamos hits the floor. What do you do, Brett?
I just scream out, "Jungle Princess! You can do this!" And last spell slot, y'all. We're tapped. 9 points.
Jeez.
That's it. It's
Gamos
over.
feels this like sudden warmth that he's laying there on the ground.
Imagine you're Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai in that first fight where he's down and he's just waiting for him to come in. Now you just got to stab him in the throat as he makes the lunge.
Tiny, anything?
Nope.
As this like elf is like basically like kind of starting to turn around and like raise his fist into the air in this sudden moment of what he believes is victory. Gamos, roll just roll a. Well, how do you react, Gamos? we'll ask that question.
Good question. Does Gamos know what's happened?
Gamos knows that he's been likely he's likely been defeated before. In
I
an
mean,
arena.
does he like know? Does he know the feeling of this?
You know you blacked out, and you can feel this kind of like warm sensation, which likely I think you probably know healing. But that's kind of up for your own interpretation. You can decide that.
Gamos stands to and holsters his war pick.
Just kind of starts to stand up and put the war pick away.
Yeah, and if the guy turns back to him, he'll do a quick like head nod bow, and then he'll go towards picking up his lance.
So as you do this, he's kind of like cheering, and he catches you kind of getting up out of the back of his eye, and he turns kind of almost like a little quicker than expected, but then he sees you kind of give this like this nod as you're putting your war pick away and starting to move, and then he looks at you and gives you this like bow, and then he goes kind of back, and the crowd is just kind of going wild. Crowd's loving it, eating it up.
And he goes pick up his javelin too.
But yeah, don't want to leave that.
No.
2 wild fights. Crits all around. Just everywhere there are crits.
Can you say how many points he had left?
He had 7.
So yeah, on that double 10s with advantage.
Yeah.
That should have been it.
It's at 7 hit points left. Need us not forget that Prof did not take a crit earlier in the fight. It was perfect. It's happened how it was meant to happen. And Mythos will move on to the final round of the fight.
What level was that guy? 5?
Who's to say?
At least 5.
He had double attack.
Yeah, so did your guy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least 5, probably more.
These were champions of the arena. Champions. It was an epic showing though.
Is this the point where you tell me I've leveled up and can now take the Warcaster feat?
In between, yeah.
In between?
battles. You're level 20. You're level 20 now.
Cool.
Yeah.
How much money did I win?
You've defeated the big bad evil guy of the campaign, actually. And you've killed future Saru. Because
That's a tough break.
the Tabaxi Hunter actually died in that. Because they just left him there on the sand to bleed out. And Saru's not dead.
Where is that?
It's very upsetting.
Will's kid's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, we'll have to edit. We'll just scrub Saru from the record, I guess, is the only way that we can do it.
There was
It's
no
gonna be-
Saru.
It's going to be very painstaking
Yeah.
editing, but so stupid. Marshall, you win. Brett wins 50 gold pieces.
Woo! Hell yeah. 10-1.
Yes,
That's what
50 gold pieces.
That's what the people want.
I mean, it did feel like it was about 10 to 1.
Yeah, definitely.
And you only lose the 5 on Damos, so
Yep.
you made out big.
No, we're doing great. I think collectively I've won over 100 gold today.
Yeah, things are good. Things are great. Few things of note happened kind of in between the bouts, maybe during the bout that is currently happening with Hugh. As Hugh fights the Harbor Master, a half dragon. So that's fun. So that's happening right now. We're all loving it. We're all watching it. It's great. Tiny, I just need a perception roll from you.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Also curious what the passive is, just so.
Passive is 15.
Okay. Well, curious about a roll as well. Wonderful. Narratively perfect. Narratively perfect. Tiny, as the Hugh versus Zindar, the Harbor Master fight's going on, and you're chilling crowd or tunnel for you?
I'm in the crowd. Like, yeah, I would be in the crowd.
You. As you're in the crowd, I'm just going to throw Hugh out there because I don't have the Zindar token readily available. Well, but I do need something else. There is something that catches your eye. As you're kind of like sitting there watching on, you get this feeling of someone watching you. And that kind of makes you like look around, check your surroundings. And as you're checking your surroundings, you land upon someone. There's Zindar. I can put him out there for fun, for funsies. What an annoying token this is. So stupid. Okay, this is what Zindar looks like if anybody wants to know. That's not the annoying token. That one's
Ooh,
cool.
he's fun.
Yeah. The annoying token is that you kind of start looking around and you find this woman. She's sitting kind of across the ways from you a little bit. This woman with wavy blonde hair and this glimmering translucent scales kind of around her eyes. This is the same woman who had an interaction with Pansy at the Thundering Lizard a day ago. Why I say the token is annoying is because it is. Looks like that. She looks like that. You see no dragon around her neck. Only see her looking like that. And she is just kind of staring directly at you. And as you kind of look around and then eventually like fall upon her, you notice with that 20 that she like, as you kind of like fall upon her, she diverts her eyes. And after she diverts her eyes, kind of like looking around and then looking back towards Hugh and the fight happening in the middle there, you're still kind of looking her way, and you notice that she, like, her eyes again fall upon you, like looking right at you, and she notices you're still looking, and so again, kind of diverts her eyes away. Do you do anything?
I think he would start walking around the ring towards her.
Love that. So you get up and start kind of moving in that direction. And as you do, like, and are you like kind of looking at her as you're doing it?
He would be bouncing back and forth between the fight and her, just kind of seeing if she would move.
Yeah,
So
you start
not staring her down, but yeah, definitely like
looking
at
and
the fight, but
checking.
keeping tabs to make
Checking
sure.
in,
She's
keeping
leaving,
tab.
or yeah.
Yeah, so as you kind of start moving in that direction, looking both ways, keeping tabs, you do in between one of your glances back and looking back at her, you do see her kind of get up from her seat and start moving towards one of the concourses. Roll perception. So as you are moving that way and you see her kind of stand up, there's this moment where she kind of pauses at her seat before she's leaving, and her hand kind of like stays back behind on that like stone bench for just a second, and you actually see this envelope that she's leaving there as she's like kind of looking back in your direction, and then she moves on forward and heads into the concourse.
You will continue towards the envelope.
Yeah, so you walk over that way, and the people are entranced in this fight that's happening. Like everyone's cheering. There's not a lot of observant people there that notice that this woman accidentally left something behind, and you're able to kind of walk up to that spot, and there is just an envelope sitting there, closed, on the stone bench, where she was sitting.
He'd grab it and then he'd walk up. The direction she went, not necessarily chasing after her, but just so he wasn't in the crowd anymore. Or at least up kind of in the more open walk area.
Okay. So I'm going to put her over there because she's kind of vanished into that concourse, and you kind of walk over to that area and are standing now in the concourse with that envelope. That was a mimic. It has eaten you and you are now dead. I'm so sorry that was how you went out, but some things happen for a reason. No, Tiny, you are over there with the envelope while this fight is happening in the center, which I will give you some flavor of this fight. Zindar, the half dragon, you'll note, seems to toy with Hugh for quite a while. It seems like he is kind of much more of a savvy fighter than he initially lets on. The fight is pretty exciting. As the Harbor Master continuously uses magic to block and evade the onslaught from the one-armed raging dwarf. Hugh fights valiantly and with a calm fury, not unlike the way in which Gamos fights. Though nearing the end, the dwarf seems to tire, and frustration begins to mount. He makes a few too many false steps, swinging too wildly, with too much frenzy, leaving himself open for a few too many hard-hitting swings from the half-dragon's quarterstaff. Near the end, it's Zindar who sprouts 2 draconian wings and brings down a devastating fury of orange flame onto the already exhausted dwarf. And though the dwarf is on his last legs, he is too proud to yield, forcing Zindar to oblige him with one last clubbing of his great quarterstaff, finally knocking the dwarf unconscious to the roar of the crowd. So Hugh too is unlucky in his fight, Mythos being the only contender to make it past this round so far. And before the last fight begins, we will take our 8:06 break. Ta-ta.
Go team.
Farewell.
Will, everything good in your world?
Oh, ups and downs, the usual. How about you?
Same. I got promoted, which is cool.
Oh yeah, what does that entail?
It's really just validation of what I've already been doing, but still good.
Any big new learning curves or?
No. No, just a little bit more cash. Everyone can always use a little bit more cash.
I'm telling you, it's. I was thinking the other day that, this whole inflation thing really feeds well into my I never do anything anyway lifestyle. Because it's really cheap to sit at home and watch Conan the Barbarian again.
Fair.
But what I found out since then is, like, I don't have the avocado toasted Starbucks expenses
Yes.
of those a few years younger than me, as I've been told at least that's what their expenses are. But it's big stuff. I mean, it's depreciation, sliding deductible additions on a roof insurance claim. It's like there's still things that keep me from ever thinking that I'll be sitting on a beach retired. It's just, instead of a bunch of the little stuff that's fun, it's these big things that are infrequent enough where they don't crush me, but just frequent enough to where, like, yeah, I'd kind of like to go into my boss's office and get a little extra money every paycheck.
Don't we all?
So good for you.
Thanks.
You get rid of the New York cost of living, and you add the bonus money. That's got to work.
I think that might just work. But, I'm way behind everybody else. Y'all have, houses and whatnot. I'm like, oh, well, I just drained my entire savings account for a car.
Oh man, don't sweat that. I'm old as dirt. You got plenty of time to pass me.
But it's all good.
It was just 10 years ago that I completely switched careers altogether. So
Really?
there's always it's like Joe Montana said, there's always time if you make the right throws.
True.
So
Well, I have not been in the right state of mind to get us all together, but I definitely want to do that.
yeah,
Talking
that
about
should
some
be fun.
in-person D&D.
Yeah, or even just getting us together to have a beer, honestly.
Yeah, either works.
It's so weird. It was about 3 weeks ago. Of course, it was up until maybe 2 or 3 years ago that I lived in Lawrence. And one of the things I did religiously was played softball there. Like a couple nights a week, that's where I was. And after my game ended, I would kind of meander around the field for people who might be short a player. And that was just what I did. It was so much fun.
Remind me when you moved, Will.
It was a couple 3 years ago.
Like, no, I want to know the exact year.
2019 maybe.
Okay, I was gonna say, if it was 2020, there is a non-zero chance that I umpired one of your softball games and we didn't know it. But if it was 2019, it probably didn't happen.
Yeah, I had a whole year at a townhouse before COVID.
Gotcha.
hit, so.
All right, bummer. That would have been fun.
But I was not one of the idiots that ever bumped chests with the umpire or anything like that. I kind of laughed at those people, but
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you had to deal with that.
If it turned out you secretly were, that would have been quite a character turn. I never would have pegged you, as guy who makes D&D videos with his kids, also ready to drop gloves and throw punches on Wednesday night.
I loved it. And it was about, I don't know, 3 months ago that I got a text from somebody, and they're like, "Hey, I know we haven't talked in a long time, but we're short a guy. You wanna come out and play?" And I waited 3 or 4 hours to text him back, because there was, after all this stuff with COVID and being in the house and not doing that for so long, like Nate was just saying about just getting together and having a beer. It had been so long that I was like, can I do that? Am I allowed to come play? And, my brain was making all these excuses like, oh, it's a long drive. You'll get home late. You have to work in the morning. You haven't played in so long. You're probably rusty. And the thought that, oh yeah, this is something you really enjoy wasn't even in the conversation for like 3 or 4 hours, as I had my like mini, existential crisis. So yeah, it'd probably do it. I know it would do me some good to get together and just hang
Sure.
out, even
Yeah.
if we don't have $1,200 worth of models to move our characters around or whatever.
Yeah, I think we should definitely make both happen.
Yo, 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 yo. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Lots of coins. Big influx of coins for your group, I'd say.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
what Nate make for
Yeah, I have to check. I don't know what we're at, but round 3. Man versus hero. 150 gold pieces for winning your heat.
Well, it seems like I've won enough money to pay off for my magical item.
Probably. Probably. I couldn't imagine that it would be, to be honest. This is the cheapest, I believe.
And I missed it, Michael. Are we doing the Maddie pulled a hamstring?
I think that's
What
what
is
we're
that?
about to find out, actually.
Yeah, Maddie's actually dead. You'll have to get the first part of the recording from good old Marshall. There's a little bit of an intro, but nothing too exciting. We
Nate,
did
after your
check in.
wins in the bag of holding.
Beautiful. 150 gold pieces. And as with before, this round, you can bow out before the champions fight for favor, and keep your gold pieces. You don't have to compete. You don't want to.
Are we allowed to visit the champions again?
Not yet, because the rounds
Okay.
are still ticking.
We'll wait till the round's over, obviously.
After Hugh has been defeated, the last round of man versus hero approaches. Okay. Tiny, you do anything with that envelope now, or you wait on it?
The envelope, not right now. He would finish watching the fight, and if he knew what the next fight was, if it was Maddie, he would stay and watch.
It
If
is.
it was not okay.
It is Maddie. This is the final fight of the round. Maddie versus Akeen is coming.
He would stay in the audience. He would go find a seat, just somewhere kind of where he is, more
Yeah,
front
sure.
rowish,
Beautiful.
just to watch.
You can steal the seat
Yeah,
of the
just take her spot.
wronged woman. Perfect.
I think in that case, yeah, I'd just not that it matters, but I don't think he would have walked up the stairs then. If he would have been like, oh, Maddie's next, he would have just pretty much sat down on the note.
Perfect. Okay. Don't know if this is what I want or not, but we'll try it. Kind of works. Okay. As the last fight is set to begin, a light sprinkle of rain begins to fall onto the sands of the Grand Colosseum of Port Hope. The opposing gates slowly open with the grinding of metal and groaning of wood. Two petite figures can be seen walking onto the dampening sands. With each passing step of the merchant princess, the keen Afa, and the newcomer to the Colosseum, Maddie, the young girl, quite reminiscent of the same merchant princess she opposes, the crowd's electricity grows, as does the frequency of the raindrops impacting the sand. By the time the two stand about 30 feet from one another in the center of the Grand Colosseum, both the crowd and the rain are in an absolute frenzy. We watch as the two women begin to circle one another as the battle commences with a crack of lightning and a thunderous roar from above. Maddie twirling her quarterstaff gracefully, twitching and feinting to not give away her approach, while Akin crouches low, like an experienced hunter, long spear raised defensively behind her round wooden shield. Both women must feel the electricity of the moment, but neither shows signs of nerves. Neither seems to focus on anything but their opponent. And it's Maddie who unsurprisingly acts first. A sudden burst of speed as the young monk springs forward using her staff as a springboard, which follows with an aerial maneuver that takes even the merchant princess by surprise. As the quarterstaff comes down through the air, Akin manages a last-second parry, knocking it only just off course with her wooden shield. But the rebuttal is fast and furious. A fist finds the princess's lower ribs, and a flash of light, matching a bolt of lightning shattering the sky above, crawls over her leathers. It's only Maddie who hears the gasp of breath and grunt of her opponent beneath the sounds of the storm. The fast-paced onslaught of the young monk continues, though Akin is able to block the majority of would-be heavy blows from the quarterstaff. Maddie is able to find luck with her fists, knees, and feet. The rain continues to fall hard, making it difficult to see the intricacies of the rapidly paced fight from afar. But those of you closest to Maddie, and with a keen eye, may be able to pick up a small grin on the young monk's face, as you can feel her pressing the offensive. As a massive thunderous crash explodes overhead, and we see Akin quickly dip in an untelegraphed movement, dodging both the quarterstaff and the whirling fist that followed, and suddenly crack, in a sudden crack as Akin's shield smashes into the back of Maddie's head, knocking the monk to the wet sand, puddling water splashing around her. Maddie lays still for a moment, breathing heavily, her hands at her sides, as if ready to kip up and continue the fight. But she holds an imperceptible amount of time for those onlookers only just introduced to her in the earlier fights of the day. But those of you that are close to her, you may be able to tell something slows her just enough. A decision hangs in Maddie's mind, one that maybe even the young monk hasn't quite made yet. She flies to her feet, lands in an athletic stance. And now it is Maddie that must survive the offensive onslaught, dodging strike after snake-like strike of the Kriziki long spear known as the Yikawa. named for the horrible sound the weapon makes when it finds purchase and is quickly pulled from its intended prey. A few glancing blows draw blood from the arms and legs of Maddie as she twirls over and under the wooden shaft and serrated bone blade attached to the tip, decorated with dinosaur feathers and little flora. While the onslaught appears intense, the crowd cheering wildly for the most favored merchant princess, the smirk never leaves Maddie, for she and she alone can sense something lacking from her opponent, be it killer instinct or a lingering injury. Maddie can feel the tide shifting. A few more moments and the offensive will be hers. She only need dodge a few more telegraph strikes. And she could put an end to the fight with a few well-placed strikes. We watch on as Maddie shifts her weight to her back foot, sliding it sideways and into a more favorable stance. The grin slowly fading from her face, her eyes squinting as the rainwater streams down from her forehead. All her focus on Akin Afa, the merchant princess, favored champion of the Grand Colosseum, swinging a strong and wild blow, exactly where Maddie expects it to be. But just before the strike of the Ikawa fully extends and another flash of lightning in the sky to match, a small cloud of greenish smoke appears behind Akin, amongst the falling rain. And Maddie's eyes lose focus on the spearhead. Her body suddenly shifting off its center of balance as the blade tears through her flank beneath her left arm. As Maddie screams out in pain, she sees a dark figure emerging from the smoke, a blade extending in its arm towards Akin's unknowing back. Members of the crowd begin to exclaim words of terror and warning, and if not for Maddie's reflexive sweep of Akin's right leg, this would-be assassin's blade would have found critical purchase. Instead, only a flanking blow to Akin's shoulder. I need everyone to roll their initiative.
Good.
Great. Gosh, what would we call this? Like the fifth encounter in a row?
There we go.
Hey, Michael.
Yo,
Could Gamos have gotten a short rest since his fight, or has not that much time passed?
it would have actually been a short rest for both Gamos and Mythos.
Hey.
And after your fights, you would be able to hang out in the tunnels. So.
And if you hadn't burned it, you would still have had your cleric's one cure wounds too, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't remember if I used it or not. I think I did not intentionally.
Yeah, I didn't use mine either.
Kind of don't think anybody
Wait, did I?
I used 2 hit die already, so I feel like the answer is no.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is their cleric. Maybe one. Maybe Connor did.
I think Connor might have, because Connor was pretty beat up.
Oh yeah, I didn't really take damage the first time.
Oh yeah, I didn't take damage in the first fight either.
So it's a cure wounds. which
Hey
is-
man, can I get some of that healing?
What is it? D8?
Gamos lines up behind.
D8 plus whatever the mod is.
Oh yeah, I've got a priest right here. Five and a 10.
Do I add my con to the 5, or is it just straight up 5?
It's just a straight up 5. It's the They rolled shitty. It was a 2 + 3 and a 7 + 3 for goblins. All right, so you'd both be in here. And I should probably get a unseen opponent out there, huh?
That'd be good.
Probably should be out there.
Wait, did you say unseen?
Different kind of unseen,
Oh, okay.
but maybe.
Who's to say?
It's too bad they weren't closer. My weapon of warning would have warned.
Want. There we go.
For the briefest of moments, because I was zoomed out at like 30%, that looked like a mind flare token. I was like, oh, we're just starting.
Like, no.
Session 3. Love it. Let's
God,
do
no.
it.
Okay. Tiny,
Yeah.
you see this cloud of smoke kind of appear behind Akina Afa and take this violent swing towards her, impacting her with the blade as Maddie kind of like does a scissor kick to drop Akeen kind of out of the way of this unbeknownst blade swing that would have almost taken off of Akeen's head. As the crowd starts to like scream out as this rain, torrential rain, kind of pours down. What do you do?
Can you actually, can I do a perception check just to try to figure out who, what?
Absolutely.
Like,
You'd love to see that. So this person, I'm not going to click the token because the token doesn't, well, kind of what they're wearing matters, but not what the rest of the token looks like. So you can see that this person is wearing these real dark leathers, just covering almost everything. They even are covered up around the face. The head is actually bald. Just looks human, as far as you can tell, and is wielding a blade that looks maybe this cool drop in the old chat. Kind of looks like that if you scroll down. Don't know why it doesn't push it, but this kind of like curved blade. But yeah, just took this swing at Akeen's neck as Maddie kind of knocks Akeen out of the way. But still looks very menacing there in this all black leather. Kind of this cloak is actually that they're wearing is also like interesting, kind of this flowing green cloak. But other than that, nothing of note other than the blade and the cloak, and then just fully blacked out.
Okay, cool. To jump down into the ring, is that any sort of action?
It's about 10 feet. I just have you make a acrobatics check. See if you can mitigate the damn Oni.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do that then.
but it's not an action or anything.
It's 10. What if I'm 7 feet tall?
True. You are 7 feet tall. You want to carefully get down there? Or you want to hurdle and leap like a badass?
It's Maddie. Let's hurdle and leap.
Roll an acrobatics check. 9. You're gonna take a D4 of damage. 2 points
Oh,
of damage.
no.
Hurts your heel. You know that pain that goes up through your heel when you jump from somewhere high.
So I ran. I jumped from 10 feet high. How
Yeah.
far can I go?
How much movement you got?
Oh, just that. We're not.
You've
gonna-
only you've
no
only moved
fun.
10,
No
you've
fun
al-
physics run leap.
No, you've only moved 10
No.
feet.
Okay, that's fine.
As far as I'm concerned, 10 feet.
10. So that was 10. That's 30. Cool. And then we're going to cast. We're going to try to hold him in place. Wisdom save throw, please. On
Love to.
Assassinate Elf.
I would love to. Don't think he's got whiz. Don't think he's got whizzy.
Let's hope not. Of course.
Woo!
That's unfortunate.
Woo! +0. I forgot how hot.
That's
How could I?
action bonus action. I don't think I've got. No. That'll be it.
Beautiful.
How far is Maddie? Nope. Yep. Out of range. Nope.
Okay. Is the assassin's go? This- Got something there?
Yeah. As a bonus action, he's going to grab a totem and place it on the ground next to him, which will heal the champion, Bloody Lady, by 3.
Beautiful.
And that'll actually be it.
Okay. The assassin will stay, kind of whirl around a little bit, but staying right there. And spend its action doing something with its dagger. Gorm.
Gorm actually already had his axe out. He was kneeling in the front row with his hand on the bladed side, just
Dope.
kneeling with the base, praying to his beloved Earnscythe, not for Maddie to win, but that Maddie would experience the true joy of battle and fall in love with the process of the fight. And now that there is something other than an exhibition going on, he
There it is.
is ready for action, having seen Tiny jump in. So he also will jump down to his
Love to see it. 3 points of damage, the same amount of damage you would get if you leapt from 10 feet up in the air and landed on a d4.
Lego.
You might get more damage, honestly.
If I move here, does that thing have cover?
Where?
Or is,
Sorry?
If I move to where I'm pointing here, or is what's her face still on the ground?
Akeen is still on the ground.
We'll take his movement.
Or
And
partially.
we'll-
A little hobbled. Throwing the bolt forward goes over the assassin.
That is his turn.
Beautiful. Mythos watching on from the tunnel.
Am I with Gamos?
Yeah, I figure Hugh's probably actually down there too. Oh, Hugh lost. Never mind. Womp womp.
Well, we were getting healing and stuff, right?
Yeah, you guys had healing underneath, and then you probably came into the tunnel to watch the fight.
So he is with me there.
Yeah, Gamos is right next to you.
He'll look at Gamos and say, "Well, buddy, looks like the job's not done yet." And he will touch Gamos and Faye transport him. You can go anywhere 30 feet from here, wherever you'd like, Gamos.
So awesome.
Thank you for the short rest, Michael.
Well, yeah, you love to see it. Oh yeah, Gamos, you could have got healed up to full because you had been out of the final round, so the you probably wouldn't even need to do your hit dice. The priests would have been able to heal you guys and heal you up to full. Other than Mythos. Mythos wouldn't need to use all this stuff.
Which I did.
I don't know if that matters at all, so don't even worry about it.
And then he will dash himself in.
You love to see it. Look at all these people out there. Got a real fight going on now. Brett.
That's it.
Seeing that all his bro chachos are getting in, Brett cannot let them have all the shine here, so he will Misty Step 30 feet.
Oh, lovely. Also, Brett, right before you Misty Step, just for flavor's sake, this should be said, a guard in the next section over. You hear him yell, "Stop, you!" And you glance over, and he's pointing like back, not towards the center of the arena, but towards the back of the crowd. And where you glance and look, there's this halfling very clearly pickpocketing someone. But the guard is so focused on the crowd.
On that section. Yeah.
And starts kind of running up that direction.
Excellent.
Right. And we
Good.
continue.
Crime is crime.
Crime
That
is crime.
that doesn't stop. All right. Brett will Misty Step next to Gamos. The three of us have this cool cinematic moment, I imagine.
Yeah.
And I will. It's 30. Can I get there? Ooh, I can get there. It's not going to go well for Brett, but he don't care. He'll get up in that bro's face and try and poke him with his rapier.
Love it. Look at Brett getting in there. 17, that'll hit.
Oh. How's 11 points of damage for you?
You know, that's solid. A solid strike with the rapier. This guy looks surprised. If you could see the surprise beneath his mask. Beautifully done. We gotta fight now. Gamos.
Gamos will
attack him over the princess's body. That'd be so sick.
Stab the princess
Exhausted.
in the face.
from his previous fight.
Oh no.
Gamos cannot get in range. So he's going to hold his action.
Slow trot.
Slow trot forward. Hold his action if the assassin steps forward towards like Maddie.
Bet. Akeen, you note, first kind of looks to Maddie as like Maddie's knocked her down, but she felt that burning sensation of being impacted from behind, kind of looks and sees this thing, kind of gets up to her feet quickly, kind of getting the shield between her and it, and has her Ikalwa out, and will strike with the spear twice at this guy's direction. Missing on the first. Shouldn't have advantage. Oh, just always rolling advantage. Of course you are. Wonderful. That's fine.
Yeah, I remember that happened last week too.
It's terrible. It's the most annoying thing. Beautifully done. Critting on the second. To confirm, 17 will confirm. Guess who gets a card? Confirmation rolls all around. Akeen. Piercing. Ooh. That's kind of brutal. She strikes him. One thing of note. It's actually probably harder to notice in this moment, but even still, Brett getting in there, as close as you are, you can see how much Akeen is having to like physically put into this attack, and you may have like slightly been able to pick up on it from afar, but it's a lot more clear to you now that like she's just. You expected, after watching the two previous fights, you expected more from her. Though she strikes precisely in this moment, it's not. She deals half damage. It's just not as strong as it was before, and that's notable, I would think.
As it was before, or like
No, it's like as the other people were. Like,
Got
she
it,
just,
okay.
She just doesn't seem to have the amount of strength that you would expect of her.
And remind me, how old is she?
She's mid-20s.
Okay, got it. Still relatively young.
Yeah. And she just, from all the things you've heard, from all the, the hype, and then though there was this kind of torrential downpour, and Maddie kind of picked up on this as she was fighting against her, because Maddie was kind of on the offensive and leaning on her, kind of noted that she wasn't able to kind of keep up, but you just see on this moment, this attack, she's still got the tactical wits about her and is able to nail this guy, but just not as much damage as you'd expect from her. And let's see if this guy can dex for half.
Or
Yes, he's okay. He good. Hioki. Boop, bop, boop. That is her go. Tiny. It is her go.
As a she heals for 3. No, she heals for a D4.
Awesome.
Boink! From my totem. Cool. Great. Love it.
Every hit point helps.
And then he's going to, as a bonus action, he's going to summon a spirit that puts an aura around everybody, just in an area.
Cool.
The spirit, we'll just put it around me. 30-foot aura, so it encompasses everybody. And what that does is it allows me to do more healing, which is fun. And then as a action, he's going to cast Cure Wounds on Akeen.
Nice. I think Cure Wounds is touch, so you'll have to get in there.
That's right, yeah. But he, boink!
Beautiful.
So that. So 11 plus 3. So 14.
Nice. Solid.
15 with the totem.
Solid. Done. Oh, wait.
And then he will
Perfect.
back up to get out of Gamos's way.
Love it.
That's that.
It is the assassin's turn.
Is Maddie hurt at all?
Flavor-wise, yes, but don't worry about
Okay.
Maddie.
Okay.
Maddie is also joining in on this attack, but you know.
As anyone in that aura would also heal for 3.
She's
If
got
they were
plot
hurt.
armor.
Yeah, Maddie's got plot armor at the moment. All right, the assassin will attack with his coated short sword against Akeen for a 21 to hit,
Well, that's unfortunate.
which will hit. Akeen. She will make a Constitution save. She is good at for half the poison. So as he strikes out the first strike with the short sword, and then kind of will turn and slash again with it. Again, this time dealing no poison damage as it is uncoated, but will miss. Tragically. He will kind of look around, and he sees that some of the guards are like starting to like clamber down into the arena, and he will take off 30 feet kind of towards this tunnel, drawing attacks from Brett and Akeen as he does.
Oh, wow.
No, one more and it's permanent death for you. Just kidding. That should be a rule though.
You just stab yourself in the face.
Trips and falls on rapier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hits Akeen in the chest.
Not terrible. It's a piece of your own medicine back at you.
Oh, it's fine.
Disadvantage on your next attack roll. And a key. Oh,
There you go.
Nice.
I gave her the good dice.
yeah, you did. To confirm. That's not confirmed, but some damo. The crits are kind of helping her get normal damage.
I was gonna say it was bad damage to start with.
So she does hit as he kind of pulls away, running in that direction. That's all he's got. Gorm.
Gorm sprints, and as he hurdles Maddie, will say to her and to everyone, shouting, "Glory on the menu! Who is willing to partake?" And he's going to get right in this dude's grill by sprinting.
Hell yeah. It's got a Gorm on him. Mythos.
Ethos can also make it.
You heard what's on the menu.
I think the right play here
Stab Gorm.
to attack two-handed quarterstaff with planar warrior.
Wow. Wow. 17, you say? That hits.
Bam.
Bam!
It's turn.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Brett.
I can get there. And I'm going to try and tackle him.
Love it. Love to see it.
Athletics check.
Yes, sir.
Jeez. Bad dice.
He just evades. Only
Damn.
just. +6. Actually,
+6?
Yep, that's a 2 on the die.
Jeez.
That is a 2. So Brett kind of starts wrapping around them, but he's able to twirl out of the way. While still
Wait,
not
can I
hitting.
do acrobatics instead?
No.
Bump.
No, you cannot. The attacker
That
always
would've tied
has to use athletics.
That would have tied it.
The attacker always gotta use athletics.
All right, that's because that's an action, right?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Beautiful. Gamos. Normally not a problem for you. but-
Normally not. He takes a deep breath and gallops forward. Lance it to ready. He has to dash to get there, though.
Keen will kind of like look to Maddie and give her like a very heartfelt thank you. And then also like nod to the large Furbolg who immediately jumped to their aid. And she too will run to get within range. Attempt to. She's so upset she can't get in there. But she definitely gonna. No, she's not gonna dash. That'd be kind of silly. She's gonna go there and hold her action. Tiny.
Because it just seems like the right thing to do. Darish. What's her face heals for? That's better. that for
Solid.
4. Wisdom save throw again on Elfie Assassin Boy.
Plus 0. 12.
Yay! Nope, that's the wrong one.
Warding wind.
Nope,
It
definitely
is
not.
none. He's been warded with wind.
So Biting Spirit. So DC save was 13. He failed. So he's stuck,
Wow.
paralyzed until the end of his next turn, which I guess really isn't anything now, but he at least can't do anything.
Beautiful. Held. Paralyzed. This one, I think. I don't know. Oh, it doesn't pop up anymore. Okay, great. It is his turn. He is paralyzed. He will make another saving throw. To become unparalyzed, hopefully.
Look at you.
Beautiful.
Picking
But that
rolls
is
and things.
that is the end of his turn, so he did waste his entire turn and is still stuck within range of everyone. Gorm. Tiny held him in place.
In contrast to his booming voice earlier, almost in a whisper, will address the assassin directly and say, "Cowards will inherit nothing." And he is not hit yet in this campaign.
Gorm is the anti-freaking heroic.
I told Nick that I would carry on his legacy, and it is happening.
It really is. You have been cursed. Oh no. Mythos.
Ethos will move next to Gorm to try and block the assassin's path. Will cast Shillelagh. And then will attack.
Uh, 14 does not hit. He dodges out of the way, Matrix style.
Okay. And then he will just sort of like hold his quarterstaff in a way that says like, I am blocking this passage.
Yeah, bring it on, mother effer. Brett.
Seeing that he is now kind of cornered, I am going to try and grapple him.
Love it.
Would I have advantage because he's kind of got nowhere to go?
Technically, no.
Okay.
Which is something.
Goodness. Yay.
He only rolls 8s. You have him grappled.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Brett is hanging on him like a monkey.
It's my turn.
Beautiful. Gamos.
Gamos is going to whack him with his lance.
Hell yeah. That'll hit. That will hit.
That's it.
Not killing Brett in the process with a perfect strike. Keen now feeling like she can get in on this. Will come up and make a nice spear attack.
Jeez.
Good
Is is that her third crit?
Yeah, she's been critting all day. That'll not confirm, but once again, does help her damage out. It's almost like I shouldn't have told you that she wasn't doing enough damage because she's just been hitting like crazy and doing tons of damage. Okay, that's solid. That's a solid hit. Let's see if she can just get another one. Another hit, she will. Tiny.
There. And then, just in case he has any sort of healing abilities, do a little cold touch.
Dope. That'll hit.
So that'll keep him from healing next round.
That's such cool cantrip.
Also has disadvantage. Oh no, that's just undead. Never mind. So yeah,
Hey, you don't know. Maybe he's undead.
if he's undead, it's disadvantage. And she'll heal for good. She'll heal for one again. Akeem.
Solid. All right.
No
He
man.
will grappled. He will grappled. 0 speed. He ain't running anywhere. Guess he can still attack people, right?
Probably should have moved myself.
What can you do, man? What can you do? Yes. He is still going to try to stab Akeem, I think. Uncoated blade, though, so no poison damage. Does hit. So he is still showing signs of just trying to target. Misses on the second. Fighting against the grapple, but just not even seeming to like care that Brett is like holding him in place. At this point, he is just like rapidly slashing away blindly. Form. It's upsetting. 13 does not hit. Nick. Thank you for coming, Nick. Thanks for being here. Mythos.
Mythos will Shillelagh.
Mythos. A force to be reckoned with in this arena. How do you want to end this assassination attempt?
We didn't want to try and take him alive?
Need us, not forget.
He's still alive.
He's being grappled.
Yeah, Mythos
during this
is just sort
clobber.
of like looking, strike, just straight to the forehead. Bam!
Like a mole at a whack-a-mole. Boom! He is put down. Slumps in Brett's arms. And just then all of the kind of guards that had been descending upon the area from up in the arena, Hugh, Zindar, and a few of the other fighters that are kind of running out of the tunnels all kind of converge on the group of you kind of surrounding the area. There's a lot of hullabaloo, as we say in the business, as they're all trying to like kind of figure out what the heck is going on, until eventually Akin kind of calms everyone down in the arena, and starts to kind of direct traffic and have everyone start going into the tunnels below. And you're kind of all that kind of gave help in this time. All these guards, all these fighters, everyone's kind of ushered down below. The body of this assassin was kind of like picked up by some of the guards, drugged, brought back underneath as well.
You said we're being ushered away?
Yeah, everyone that's
Okay.
like down is kind of being ushered away and like guarded from the crowd, and just it's kind of this massive.
Before that happens, Brett would give Mythos a hearty slap on the back and said, "Wouldn't expect anything less from a champion of the Vale." Then turns to the princess, "Your Majesty, Brett, Earl of the West, voice of the Champions of the Vale Incorporated. We're so honored to be at your service. Warriors, investigators, performers, anything that you need. Humbly yours," and kind of bows before her.
Yeah, she'll look to you and like extend a cool, forearm grip, and I thank you and all of your champions of the Vale, for springing into action much quicker than my guards. She kind of looks around, says, we should talk below. The people will be up in a panic for quite some time after this. I'm sorry that the tournament has been cut short, but you understand, we must go below. Everyone, let's go. And she's like starts kind of herding everyone down below.
Certainly. And just remember the favor of who slay your would-be killer, as he, nudges towards Mythos again. Hang on. There you go. That now we're back.
Love it.
And then he'll walk away if we're being ushered away.
Yeah, and she's like with you in this group as everyone's kind of going underneath. And when you all get, just change this to something else.
Excuse me.
Come on, you. Please. Wow, every time I hit refresh, it enters the burnt for some reason. That's super weird. Okay. My games. Launch game. Thanks. Wonderful. There we go. I'm back. Okay. So you're kind of brought below, where you're all kind of led to that area earlier where Maddie was kind of sitting in the beginning of the episode. Her kind of holding area. Small area, but there's some stone benches, some like hooks on the wall, the equivalent of lockers, little cubbies cut into the stone. And Akin kind of addresses her guards and is talking to Zindar and a couple others, very authoritative and kind of like directing traffic down here. They also take the kind of currently lifeless body of the assassin and laying him down on a table where they start to bind him, his unconscious body, and like search him, and you can kind of see them doing that in the background. And you're probably there for 10 or 15 minutes before you're officially addressed, if there's anything that anyone wants to do in that time.
Or I would go over and just
So they're not going to let you leave that area without. They're kind of wardening everything
Right.
off. It's like kind of locked down.
I'm going over to the dead body and just kind of watching and supervising.
You won't be able to get close to him.
Oh, okay.
They've got the guards are essentially setting up this kind of like wall around him. They've got you guys cordoned off to one side. They're just kind of like getting everyone sectioned away. And you note he wouldn't be dead. He's just unconscious. And they're kind of shackling him up and currently laying him there. But yeah, they've kind of got the group of you that kind of jumped in that are unofficial members of the defense here, kind of ward into one section. There's a few other people down there still, like Hugh, Zindar, and some of the other like fighters are down in the area. They're also kind of warded off in their own section. And it seems like the guards are kind of, just trying to get a hold on the situation. They don't want people moving from one place to another. They don't want, they want to basically make sure that they know what's happening there.
How's I know it's hard with Connor not being here, but how's Maddie doing?
My best guess is Maddie is probably a little shell-shocked by the whole situation. She was pretty focused on the fight, pretty focused on, Akin, and while she acted quickly, kind of helping to save Akin, I would bet that she's
That's what I was going to say. It's probably like,
shocked.
I saved her.
Yeah, like probably pretty like proud and happy at that, but also pretty shocked by the whole thing and the gravity of the situation, mayhaps getting to her in these moments, leading to why she may or may not be so quiet.
Okay, sounds good.
For those that are keen-eyed, there is a bag of gems just kind of sitting on the stone that I would, if I were playing Maddie, I would say Maddie totally forgot it was even there at this point. She just kind of left it there. And who knows if Maddie accepted the gems or didn't. Who's to say? I'm not. They just sat there. Maybe she left them because she was going to pick them up later. Maybe she left them because she didn't want them. I don't know. But those are sitting there on the thing, and Maddie's probably not thinking about those, if I had to guess. But yeah, so you guys are warded off for a little while before eventually Akin will walk over. And just for funsies, roll perception as she does. Just to get a sense of who notices anything. All right, Brett. So as she walks over, you notice that she's got some like bloody spots on her, like with fresh blood, where you know that she's been like hit recently. One, she just got out of a fight with Maddie, and then two, you did see the assassin definitely connect on a few. But there's something else that's just kind of like that you notice. Just from where some of her wounds are, there's some like rips in her clothing. And it just like, there's some areas on her side, and it is her, I think her right flank, where you can see parts of her skin that were not, clearly were not stabbed by the assassin. But like her skin is just like very like almost black and like a little bit like it almost looks like decay a little bit from like this area that's kind of got a tear in her clothing and is just kind of open there to like your eye in that moment.
Does it look fresh?
It doesn't. It doesn't look fresh.
So then, and I'm not trying to connect dots that aren't there, but
Oh yeah,
is it similar to like what you described with Yofun in terms of like,
kind of
kind of
along those same lines actually,
Like
kind of. Yeah.
curse-ished?
Yeah, it looks like weirdly rotting. It absolutely doesn't look connected to a recent wound.
Got it. So almost like a Ser Jorah sort of
Correct.
skin deal. Okay.
Exactly. Everyone else either doesn't notice it or doesn't like connecting it. She just got out of a fight and appears it to them maybe just looks like a wound or something.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just something that like subtly catches your eye. It's not like hanging out for everyone to see. You just kind of see it beneath like an open fold of clothing or something as she kind of walks up. I'm so sorry for all of the chaos. Obviously, this was very unplanned. And she goes on to like thank Maddie like really graciously for what she did out there, and that she essentially feels that she owes Maddie, and then also all of you for jumping to my aid so quickly. Even if you are out there just to save your friends, you put everything on the line to save me as well, and for that I am in your debt. I would ask where I obviously know you are not from here. Where are you staying? If you would like to stay at my estate, I would welcome you all. I also understand if you have other accommodations that you are happy to stay within. If that is the case, then I would ask you come to my estate for lunch tomorrow, so we can discuss things further.
We would be honored to stay with you, Your Highness. It would be a great honor you bestow upon us.
Please do not. You do not need to call me that. You can call me Akeem. But yes, if you so would like to stay at the estate, then I will have some of my escorts bring you there. I am going to finish up here, figuring out what all that I can understand, and please go back to the estate. I will have baths drawn for you, have food, healing for those of you that need it. You all fought rather bravely today, those of you that partook.
Mythos is eating an apple. You're not entirely sure where it came from. And just says, so am I being crowned the champion or what?
Ah, yes, you did. You did quite well. Defeating the Needle Spear is an incredible achievement. I'll be honest. I had money on you, and she kind of looks over at the large centaur goat man. But I did not expect the Needle Spear to fall. Impressive job. I do not believe that the final round will be taking place, at least not today. But maybe we can accommodate a bout to be rescheduled between you and the fight for favor, as they call it. She just smiles and then whispers, "It was against the T-Rex." Gives you a little wink.
Oh yeah, one day. I'm just saying, by my count, those four fights there, taking out the assassin seems like a pretty good a pretty good fight for favor, in my opinion. I'm just saying. Continues to just chomp on his apple.
I do believe favor will be on your side after that. Again, I must thank you all. It was an incredibly tense moment. It was close. We'll need to figure out more about who this was and what they were doing.
Have you been the victim of such attempts before?
I can honestly say I have not. Though it is not fully unheard of. The other merchant princes, everyone takes their precautions for such things. And I can't say that I don't have an inkling of who might have arranged such things, but I can assure you there are no sanctions out for me. So this was definitely unlawful, I would suspect. Unless, of course, the other merchant princes are up to no good. But please, go to my estate, get rested, get comfortable, and I will see you all in the morning. And then she'll kind of head off to kind of continue to handle things here, and some wonderful kind of escorts, some guards, a personal guard for her will kind of come over and introduce themselves, talk to you, and say that they can bring you to the estate, or if you would like to meet, like come to the estate later, whatever you guys want to do. If you've got other things on your mind before you go there, it is probably like 5 o'clock. So she would basically just ask that you if you're staying, be at the estate by sundown. So you probably got like 3 or 4 hours before sundown, or you can go now, get some food, get a bath. It's up to you. You tell me.
Brett's gonna go back to the whatever it is, the something lizard.
Thundering lizard.
Thundering lizard. And either do an early dinner performance or figure that out with that bro.
Love it.
I read the letter
Yeah.
while that's going on.
You can. You can. As I scroll through my notes. The letter is very simple. It says, well, inside the small envelope is a small iron key, a single platinum piece, and the note that reads, Kaya's House of Repose, room 7, more coin where that came from. And if you got a good memory, you'd know Kaya's House of Repose is the other inn that you were actually recommended if you wanted a less raucous time. I don't remember how they described it exactly, but it's the quieter inn that is in the same area that you are currently staying. Well, kind of currently staying, since you're gonna now have 2 places to stay in this town. It seems.
I would share that with Maddie.
Maddie punches you in the throat.
Maybe.
And
She has to
kicks you in
jump
the
really
nuts.
high.
Beautiful.
And yeah, explain to her that it's from the dragon lady.
I presume Maddie would be very interested in that.
Yeah.
Um,
I also presume she would tell everybody else, so there it
and,
be.
she would insist that you explain how you got this letter from the Dragon Lady.
Yeah. Left on bench. I peek up.
Left on bench, I pick up. Is good enough for me. I like Tiny. Left on bench, I pick up. God, where does it talk about Kayaks? Swear. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Oh, it's the more expensive of the inns too, apparently. All right, so what you guys think? I know Brett needs to go back to the Thundering Lizard to fulfill his duties.
Party split.
Gorman's going to go with Brett. Brett, he's completely despondent for some reason, and will, if there is a early evening performance, try to talk the bartender into saying, "Hey, I'm with the band," and just drink as much as he can because he's down in the dumps.
Perfect.
Mythos is mainly concerned with Gamos, just because Gamos ain't feeling so high.
It's got that slow trot going.
So he would push for like a rest of some sort.
Ooh, head into Akeen's house, take a nap. Triple party split.
So let's sure get the pre night out napping. Go-
Pre-night out.
Yeah, go to bed at like 4 or so, wake up around 7, and
Yeah, and
You're
then
good.
rage. Then you're good to rage. I love it. You guys do whatever you want to do.
Gamos wouldn't say anything about being tired. He would just simply ask Mythos if he had any place he desired to go to this evening, or if
Well, the investigative side is quite curious by what Tiny has found. If Gamos was not, because Mythos can tell. Gamos would never admit it, but Mythos can tell.
yeah.
So if he's mainly,
What?
he's trying to put that aside for a second, but it's really curious. Like that's left to his own devices. That's what he would do.
Gamos would say little things to encourage it. It's like, yeah, might as well continue along with what we've discovered.
So Mythos and the mutes are going to go.
Brett wants to go to both. So if we've got plenty of time to do both.
Do we?
Yeah, Michael just said we had like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, you don't have to get to her's house by sundown.
Yeah. Plus,
And
it's
you
not
also-
like
You also don't have to stay there.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's not like this is our mom's house where we're gonna get in trouble if we don't end up there. Like
Yeah, if
True.
it's after sundown, just don't come and then go meet her for lunch tomorrow.
we're heroes. We can, if we want to light the town up, that's
She seemed to just offer it as a place to stay, but if you have a place and don't want to stay there, just meet her tomorrow. So that's up to you. You want to sleep in a fancy feather bed tonight, or you want to sleep in a shitty inn where you have adjoining rooms? It's up to you. It's a balcony room. Best room in the inn.
it is a balcony room.
But
I mean, Mythos would really like to sleep in the palace for obvious reasons.
Brett does as well. I'm just saying we've got plenty of time to do both. It's not. I don't think we feel very rushed.
I mean, it depends. It depends on what kind of performance you're going to give the people. You're going to give them 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's dinner hour. You know, nothing.
It's a light set to eat some
Yeah.
grub to.
Yeah, hour and a half tops.
It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes tops.
Yeah, exactly. And that's with Maddie doing her, dragon act, because she's going to be a hot commodity.
That is true.
People are going to want Maddie.
If only she had more dragon spreads left for the day.
That's true.
Well, Mythos will say that's okay, but that he is drawing the line at a stiff hour, and he will take the mutes out of the inn at an hour, and you can meet up with us later if you get swept away
Fair enough.
in your performance.
Fair.
I feel like this is a conversation that they've had a lot of times before.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%. Fine. I will do the Bray set, okay? Like that. It normally, goes solid 50 and then the encore, and it should be perfect.
We're in, we're out. It's Bray. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's our first night here. We've already made a big splash today. We're doing great.
Keep the people wanting more.
Yeah.
I love it. It's very funny. Okay, so you guys head back to. Where's my map?
Let's do Dragon Lady first.
There's my map.
With Gorm being all dreary and stuff, Tiny would have
yeah.
walked up to him and have just kind of stood next to him and been like, "You are upset that this man still lives?" And I'll point over to the assassin guy.
Oh, are we doing this in the bowels before we go to the?
Yeah,
you
sure.
probably.
Yeah.
He would probably just. I don't think Tiny would be necessarily the spokesman that would get him to open up. So he would just say he was in the mood for a drink, but yes, he was upset. Despondent, you could say. Despondent.
Love it.
And he absolutely is going to get drunk before he goes to the palace, so be prepared for that.
And this is also probably something we've seen before, or maybe not. Have they seen this before from Gorm?
No, he has been a rousing source of encouragement the entire time. You could say inspiring them with his leadership often throughout the course of their
Time together.
But now, not so much.
Love that. So something a little off, and even Tiny picks up on it.
Yeah.
But first,
Tiny would just leave it at that. Be like, okay.
as you guys are leaving, you note the rain starts to slow and eventually quell, and then there are crowds kind of everywhere outside the Coliseum as you guys are kind of exiting, and some people seem to like notice a couple of you and like kind of come up and like just want like to like touch you, essentially like reaching out their hands and like patting you as you go by, looking for high fives, and like some people are asking questions, but it's not anything like overwhelming as far as the amount of people that are like coming to you. But you overhear conversations and people like talking about the assassination attempt, and you hear a few people like Akin is dead, and it's like rumors everywhere kind of thing. But for the most part, the most attention you get is just people like kind of excited to see the people who a lot of people just kind of essentially just say that you won, kind of going along with what Mythos had said earlier, like, you know, they're the ones, they won the tournament, they saved the key and things like that.
Brett leans into that hard.
Giving them your name. What was it?
The Champions of the Veil.
Champions of the Veil.
Yeah.
Love it. COV. COTV. Love it. So you guys head back in the direction of the Red Bazaar, and you will pass by Kaya's House of Repose on your way, which you notice is definitely nicer looking than the Thundering Lizard, though the Thundering Lizard has its charm as you enter the building through, you know, a massive dinosaur skull. That's very fun. Kaya's House of Repose is like big kind of circular building with this almost like gazebo looking top. It looks nice. A lot of open air. And as you enter, it's like a kind of dark tile floor. There is like what appears to be a small like bar area, tavern area, but it's not super crowded. And just by the looks of it, you can tell like that the tavern keeper here refers to himself as like a mixologist, and this is a fancy place.
They have a barista too.
Yeah, the ale is double the price, and they only have like a few like Miller High Life on tap.
Is it like
but
that
but
Parks
it's
and
still
Rec
expensive.
episode where they go to that bar that doesn't actually serve alcohol, but like serves it in like vapor?
Yeah, like you have to eat the Jello.
Yeah.
But it's not a Jello shot. It's like
Yeah.
it's definitely whatever Port Hope's version of that is. It's
They
just fun.
also, dang it, I don't remember it. Do they serve the champagne? What's it called? Champagne de la Stomp or something like that?
Champagne de la Stomp. Nailed it. You know, maybe they might have a bottle. Who's to say? Have to ask. That's a good callback. Champagne de la Stomp.
Yeah.
Deep cuts. I wish I could remember what the other ones were called, but Champagne de la Stomp.
I'll Google it.
All right, so you walk in to Kaya's, this ragtag group of champions. What do you do?
I presume I follow Maddie to room 7.
Maddie marches up the stairs like she knows exactly what she's doing.
Maddie, you can't just march up to a woman's door. There needs to be a little,
Maddie would say something about, but I have the key.
I was, yeah, I would have said the same thing. Like, we have key.
And then you tell her it's something about adult things, and she says, fine, hands you the key, goes to the back of the line, and vanishes into thin air.
There you go. First, it seems like Dragon Lady's not in the bar restaurant area.
Yeah, roll a perception check. So as you look around, there are a few people here. The streets outside are probably more crowded than inside this place, but there is like this a couple people working, and then a couple patrons like sitting at the bar drinking, or in this case, eating their booze or something. Who's to say? Who's to say what people did at this fancy place? But yeah, there are a couple patrons. You look around the bar, you do not see this blonde woman.
Okay. I think we'll. Brett would want to go to the bar first.
Lovely. You can do so, my friend.
What's Mythos doing?
I mean, when we walk in, Mythos is going, yes, the 7th floor. Judging from the layout of this inn, it's up the stairs and to the left. I've seen it many times. And he's acting like he's like real smart.
I mean, yeah, I think Tiny would still look at Maddie and be like, "There's the staircase. Let's go. You've held on long enough."
And Mythos would say, up the stairs to the left. Like I said, can't miss it. I'll be right there. Brett's got a great idea. And then he'll just turn and go, Brett, we need 4 ales.
Yeah, I was just gonna buy something for Gorm to cheer him up a little bit.
He wants the cheapest whiskey, but he wants the amount of whiskey that one good whiskey would buy him.
So 6 shots of Admiral Nelson.
Yeah, like a Kentucky Deluxe.
Sailor
That-
Jerry's.
Sailor
well.
Jerry's. There we go.
Wow. You walk up to a tiefling bar mixologist. Hello, welcome to Kaya's. How may I be of service with you today?
Good evening, friend. I will gesture towards Gorm. A drink for Gorm and a drink for Mythos here.
He misspoke. 4 drinks.
Oh, four.
4 drinks. Anything in particular you're looking for, my friends?
Yes, I want the finest craft ale that you have. No, I don't care. Just 4. 4 of them. I need 4 of them.
What do you recommend, good sir?
Oh, and he pulls out this like scroll, opens it. There's a bunch of like fancy names. Well, I really like this one when I'm in this mood, and
Do you not have names?
they're all on here. You just have
Ah,
to read
boo.
them.
This is what we get for having to take time off from the burn.
Yeah,
That
you don't get names for
fine. When we
for
go
my-
back to the
my
burn,
drinks.
we're getting names.
Yeah, you got to go and
I
do
mean,
that.
he gave us names for all of the dinosaur crew, so
That is true.
It's true.
That is true. Fair point.
Fair play. Yeah, so he will pour you your 4 fine ales, and he's like basically a little disgusted that's what you want is these ales, and you get charged 6 gold pieces total, which is a lot. For the 4 ales, and you feel like he's looking down on you. For your
Mythos
order.
just says, he's got it, and then grabs the 2 and turns around and hands them both to Gamos, and then turns back around and grabs the other 2 and looks to Brett and goes, up the stairs to the left. And starts walking back.
So
towards the
not one of
stairs.
those was for Gorm.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Gorm doesn't want ale anyway.
Fair. I will then. Sorry about them. I'll order, not top shelf, but second from the top shelf, like on his cocktail list. I'll order something, and then I'll order whiskey for Gorm.
And yeah, he's Oh, great choices. Wonderful taste. And he'll take 10 minutes to make you a drink, and then come back with a very like fancy chalice that you're not exactly sure what to do with all of its components. Put it in front of you, and 5 gold pieces, and then there's a thing of a small glass of whiskey, probably a little smaller than Gorm's regularly used to, but
Fair enough. I'm supposed to meet a woman here tonight. Blonde hair, has an interesting sort of scarf. I'll kind of rattle off a little more of the description that Maddie gave, when she was chasing her around the city.
He'll kind of like look around and I'm not sure that I've seen her here. She sounds quite distinct, and he just doesn't seem to know her.
I'll try and do, a fun like flip the room key through my fingers, and like, are you sure? She left me this key. I think she's staying in room 7. You don't know?
I could take a check the books here if you got a key. Head up and see. I only work nights, so I don't really if I can get you somebody to talk to, one of the innkeepers.
Sure, why not?
And so yeah, he'll kind of walk into the back and send you someone, and this person will come out, and woman, 40s, human, dressed in pretty fine clothes. Yes, could I be of service?
I'll do the whole thing again. Looking to meet a woman here tonight. I think she's a patron here. Blonde hair, very distinctive scarf. Staying in room 7, I believe. Do you might know who that is?
Yes, I do. In fact, know who that is. And you said you're meeting her here?
Yeah, it's kind of a blind date sort of situation. I was hoping hoping you could tell me a little bit more about her.
Quiet girl.
That's hilarious, Bartlett. I love that.
Quiet girl. Keeps to herself. If she's giving you a key, quite forward, I guess. But I can't say that I know much about it, actually.
Okay. How long has she stayed here?
She's been here for 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yes.
And you don't know anything else about her? She's been here a month.
As I said, she keeps to herself. She heads out early in the morning, and she if she does business, she doesn't do it here.
Okay. Well,
but,
thank you
but
kindly.
She brings business. As far as money goes, she seems to be doing quite well. Well, we don't get many who stay here for that long.
I see. Well, cheers. And Brett will thank her and walk away towards room 7.
Love it. So as those of you who kind of snuck up the stairs,
I also am going to go to the right because I bet there's no way it's to the left.
well, first you'll notice there's not 7 floors. So
Yeah.
going up 7 floors is impossible in this place. But there are 2 floors, or 3. One of them is kind of this kind of open area. The 3rd floor is where the rooms are located. And as whoever goes up there, Maddie, Tiny, and eventually Gamos and Mythos before Brett makes his way up, you are able to clearly find the rooms. Everything is clearly marked in this place. When you get up there's I'll roll to see if it's left or right for funsies. high to the left. To the right. Poor Mythos. Poor Mythos. So after going to the right and finding the rooms are just numbered too high, you end up kind of going well, technically, if you went to the left, you would eventually get there because it is a circular place. So it takes you longer to locate the room, but you do locate it, and you technically are right.
We all arrive at the exact same time.
Yeah, basically, you all show up at the exact same time because it is a large circular structure. But you are standing outside of a wooden door, not like one of those shitty swollen wooden doors that has cracks in it. It is finely made, heavy, and it has a silver placard that says 7 on it. And it says 7 just like that. You can feel it. It smells like perfume and cigars just all throughout this place.
Brett will knock at the door, unless you're actually doing it where Preston or Tiny and Maddie beat us all.
No, you can all get there at the same time. I don't care. Doesn't make too much of a difference. Or it could. Who's to say?
I mean, yeah. I imagine Maddie just grabs the door handle and goes, if it's even locked.
The door.
If she were to get there first, so yeah.
The door is locked, but you have a key. So it's
Knock
right-
away.
Knock, knock, knock. There is nothing. No response.
She'll click.
I mean, I have the key. You gave me the key.
I didn't. If Maddie had the key and she gave it to you, sure.
Opening the door.
Okay. Yes, we're opening the door.
Who is opening the door?
I don't know, because I don't know who has the key at this point.
I assume Maddie had it.
Love it. I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Just the people that went up.
Correct.
My weapon of warning, warn.
Send the thing in the chat because I don't actually think so. You can look at it too. I don't believe it does. Maybe it does though. No, it does not.
I have a danger sense. Is this a source thing I could see?
It yes, you will be able to. You will be able to see it. Hopefully. As Maddie kind of like unclicks the door and starts pushing it open, there is a sudden like clicking, like and noise as the door opens, and this weighted net is thrown out from some kind of contraption, and Tiny standing there, presuming Maddie also just monks out of the way. Everyone kind of stepping to the side, and Tiny, you get obliterated by this net. It just goes and wraps around you, and the weight just kind of starts pulling you down to the floor, and you all are just standing there, and Tiny is wrapped in this net, just a mass of tangled fur in the hallway. Inside the room is completely dark.
Gamos will start ripping the net.
Gama starts tearing at the net that's around Tiny. And he's eventually able to, rip it off Tiny, pull him free. As you guys seem to have time because nothing else seems to be happening.
Ethos will stand up and dust himself off and say, "The second rule of detecting is always assume there's traps. The first rule of detecting is always let Gamos go first."
Gamos just does a slight nod in agreement.
As the door kind of creaks open and the light from the hallway kind of pours in, you can see that there is some kind of contraption that was rigged to the door to kind of throw this net. In the moments that follow, Maddie takes off down the hallway, saying, "I saw it!" and runs down the hallway. And you just hear tumbling down the stairs, kind of running on the wall. Chasing something
That no one else saw.
that no one else saw.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go into the room.
Lovely. Walking into the room, it looks like a bedroom that's been stayed in for quite some time. There are clothes. There is a trunk. The bed is pretty neatly made, but you can tell that it's been unmade and remade. It's someone fairly anal stayed here because everything's kind of very in order, very neat. This contraption, this kind of large contraption that appears to be put together in here, you can tell was rigged up to the doorknob. So when the door was opened a specific way, a natural way, if you will. Other than that, there's nothing that immediately sticks out to you, just on free inspection.
Is there a desk area?
Yeah, there's a desk.
I'll go over there.
There are no books or anything currently out. There is an inkwell and quill sitting there. The inkwell is pretty dry, as if it's been used often. Other than that, there is nothing else. There is paper, kind of loose leaf paper, as well as just a few envelopes that match the paper and envelope that you have, or that Tiny has.
And blank paper, I'm assuming.
Yes, blank paper. What's everyone's passive?
13.
12.
15.
Too many windows. 17.
17. Mythos and Tiny, you guys probably still kind of in the hall or in the doorway. You hear this kind of creak on the opposing kind of stair, a kind of opposite from the direction that Maddie went off to, and you see the wavy-haired blonde woman kind of peeking around the corner. And when she sees that you kind of that she made a loud enough noise that you saw her, she kind of quickly tries to dip back, but then kind of like steps out and exhales, realizing, that she's been seen. Again, she looks like that. And she's kind of looking down, kind of like that, as she's kind of spotted. And I'm so sorry. I'll be honest. I didn't know that you were with the group. Looking to Tiny.
Oh, Tiny. Oh, lucky dog.
I was trying to think of when the last time we saw her. Did she not see us all together?
So you'll note that she didn't pay too much attention to the group of you at the bar.
Okay.
You all saw her.
Okay.
She didn't see you.
Okay.
At least it seems that way.
Yeah, Tiny will step up in front of everybody and just, obviously doesn't really need to hold out the letter, but just these are my companions.
Yes, I'm starting to pick up on that. Okay, I'm sorry. I mistook you for someone else. You're a distinctive looking bloke, and I thought that you were someone else. I'm so sorry. I'm quite embarrassed. I'm really sorry about the net there.
There is other Fearbulg here?
Well, there was. She appears to be telling the truth, as far as you can tell, Brett. In this instance,
Okay.
They're apparently. It surprised me too, I guess. In this, I'm sorry. Could I buy everyone like a drink or something? Go downstairs.
Absolutely.
Get out of this hallway. And so she'll kind of head downstairs, and as she does, like she shuts the door, goes down into the bar. As she does, like you guys kind of following her down. The woman that's kind of back behind the bar gives like a wave to the woman, and then goes to one of the back tables, and we'll order some pitchers of ale and wine, giving just putting like a small stack of gold pieces at the end of the table, which you note is a fairly healthy tip on the amounts of money that she's putting down. And happy to have everyone join her at the table. And again, she's just like very apologetic, and kind of a little bit at a loss. You can tell, like, I really can't believe that there's someone else matches your description here. I hope you understand. I thought you were someone else. I didn't realize you were a newcomer to this place.
Why don't we start at the beginning? What was your name, miss?
Sorry, I forget myself at times. Zendala.
Zendaya?
Dala. I know it's hard to pronounce for some people.
Gotcha.
But Zendala, yeah. Let me unlock the nameplate on my token just so it's there. Spelled like that.
I mean, we can't see the token, so.
Yeah, it's somewhere on this. Oh, there it is. Way up high. Way up high.
Gotcha.
She there now.
Cool.
And you all are apparently a group from
The Vale.
somewhere.
Champions of the Vale. My name is Brett, and I will introduce everyone. Tell us, we've never encountered another Fearbolg outside of our friend Tiny here. Tell us about this one that you're keen on ensnaring, and I'll throw her a wink.
She laughs again and just like blushes a bit. No, it's the net was more precautionary. I don't know much about this Sverbolg, but she looks at Tiny. Quite a lot larger than I am. So it was more of a just to make sure everything was in order. Because I don't know a lot about him. Don't even know his name. But apparently he's traveling with my father, and I'm trying to locate my father. I've tracked him as far as here, and apparently he was here with my father within the last month. And the two of them supposedly went out in the jungle together. So when I saw... sorry, what was her name? She looks at Tiny.
Names are not important to me.
Okay.
Choose for yourself.
We just call him Tiny.
Okay. So yes, Tiny. When I saw you sitting in the crowd today, well, I thought maybe that you were. Well, I thought you were traveling with my father, or had. I didn't realize you were with the new group that that did so well today.
Yes, some are good fighters,
Quite.
also good drinkers.
Oh yes, and she'll like kind of raise her hand to get another couple crafts of fine ale sat on the table.
How deep is Gorm at this point?
He was planning on just sitting at the bar by himself, but when everybody came down and she ordered, he is absolutely sitting with his feet on the table, drinking straight out of the pitcher, and did not ask permission. Just
Great.
She doesn't seem to mind, and as the pitcher's empty, more comes.
Looking back at Zendala, this Fearbolg you have not seen?
No, not I. I have not. Just his description, which I'll be honest, for those folk that haven't seen your kind, which many here have not.
Yes, we do not leave woods that often.
Yes, it's fairly a generic description. Large, very, bovine.
You said they went into jungle?
Yes, last place that they stayed. Well, last place my father stayed is actually an inn close to here. I spoke with the innkeep about it, and she told me that there was a furbolg that frequented, and they spoke, and that she had seen them heading into the jungle. Well, not her, but someone had seen them heading into the jungle. Not but 7 days ago, about a week. So yes, I've been trying to put together a kind of expedition, trying to find guide and some help, and that's actually why I was in the Colosseum today. I was hoping to find warriors.
Well,
Go ahead.
we have business in jungle. We have reason to go.
Oh, all of you.
Yes.
Okay. When are you going out? Could I accompany you, or even hire you?
Absolutely. I worry it may not be as soon as you might like, though. See, we have some things and information to gather here before we set out.
Well, I actually haven't quite secured a guide or a charter quite yet. I've been told that it takes a few days to get a charter. But like I said, I'd be willing to wait. I've waited long enough at this point already for the right group, and I did see what. And she kind of looks around. You were with the young girl as well. You all seemed quite impressive out there. Those of you that took part.
Yes, I'm surprised she hasn't made her way down here yet.
She is chasing your scarf.
I was going to say, is she wearing the scarf right now?
No, she. There's no scarf.
Gotcha. Okay.
And she kind of like looks at when Tiny says she's chasing your scarf. She like looks at him a little like confused.
Your dragon.
Oh. She saw Summer.
Yeah.
Curious. He's a bit shy.
Yeah, she cited it yesterday when you came into the Thundering Lizard, and must have seen it when we entered your room just now.
He was up there, yes. That's funny. He's not quick to show himself to people. Summerwise. Seems to be telling the truth. Yeah, he's a pseudo dragon.
A what?
Pseudo dragon. You can roll an Arcana check if you want.
That's me, the guy you want rolling an Arcana check. Look at that straight D20.
Hey, you probably heard of a pseudo dragon. They are. I'll read you straight up what it says. The elusive pseudo-dragon dwells in the quiet places of the world, making its home in the hollows of trees and small caves. With its red-brown scales, horns, and a maw filled with sharp teeth, pseudo-dragon resembles a tiny red dragon, but its disposition is playful. With a 16, you would actually probably know that pseudo-dragons, magical folk, like to use them as familiars, and they are draconic, tiny dragon creatures.
How did you come by this pseudo dragon?
Me and Summer have been traveling around for about 3 years, I guess now. Said you were from the Vale. Actually, I come by him in the Lamneck Wood. Originally, I'm from Bray.
Oh, Tiny. You're from the Lamnick. You ever seen anything like that in your home?
Is that right?
What's a 14 say?
You probably know of them. They're like it said. I mean, they are not often seen.
I was just like, because I don't know anything.
unless called upon. And in this kind of time with dragons being as like rare as they are, they're probably pretty rare creatures. But it wouldn't be, especially for Tiny, it wouldn't be crazy for him to just have knowledge of them and maybe have seen one like once or something. But
they
from
are
afar.
very rare. Good luck, some say.
Yes, I'd like to think so. Summerwise is he's a good luck charm. He's a good boy. I just find it so funny that he's shown himself to your friend. Must have an interest in her spirit or something.
Bill, she is special.
Yeah, I saw her fight. She's good.
Yeah. This innkeeper, would they know where other Fjolborg go?
No, I believe me, I asked, and I paid for it. Quite a bit of coin. I think I got all the information I could from her.
So tell us more about your father. Why would he have headed out into the jungle?
That is a very good question. I honestly can't say. I don't know why he's here, specifically in Krzik. I told you I'm from Bray and he's from the area. But I haven't seen him for quite a long time. I was 5 when he supposedly died. But he ain't dead. And I don't know if he's avoiding me specifically or what he's been trying to do for the last 20 years. But I want to find out.
You haven't seen him for 20 years.
Yes. But I feel like I've been chasing a ghost. It's yeah. You can like feel this like there's like this mix of resentment and like this very like subtle like sense of anger, but also like sadness in her voice that like you feel like she's being earnest, while still being like somewhat guarded just about who she is exactly and like what she's doing exactly. But she also literally just met you, so you can tell there's some amount of guardedness, but she seems to be being earnest.
Splendid. Well, we do have some other business to attend to this evening. Shall we meet up with you here in the next few days to see if it works for us to travel together? Like I said, I don't know how long we'll be in the city before we set out. So don't want to give the impression of false hope, but could be that our missions are aligned here.
Yes, I could get the charter if I had your information, names or the name of your group, and that would allow us to leave kind of at our own whim. And I would happy to front the money for the charter. As far I don't want to impose on when we're leaving, but that would definitely be able to quicken things. If you weren't to go with me, it would probably take you a few days to get the charter on your own. And I'd be happy with whatever guide you may desire to take. Like I said, I've been perusing the boards and talking a bit, but some of these guides are a little hard to read. I can't tell if they're just out for money and going to just lead me around in circles in the jungle, or if they're true explorers. So if you want to vet some guides, I'd be happy to go with whatever you choose in that regard.
Okay, well, why don't we when is the dino race?
It
Not
is
tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, right?
I think the day after tomorrow. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, why don't we plan on taking in the race together in 2 days' time, and we can just go from there.
Yes, okay. I can wait 2 days, gather supplies, and get a charter.
This is good.
Yes, very good. Yes.
Not
Or
on
we'll
Michael.
ask her if she'll front him one more drink on her tab, if she'll be so kind.
She'll wave and another.
No,
No.
that's all right. I'll go order it. And he goes up to the bar and tells the bartender to fill up the bottle that always hangs by his side with whiskey, and waves at her like in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. And she
Right.
does it. She'll wave back.
Tiny just slides that platinum piece that she gave him back to her. Like, you can have that back.
And she'll take it and like happily kind of nod and yes. Sorry, I really thought that if it was a mercenary or something that my father had hired, that I could get him with coin. Didn't realize I'd be capturing a whole group of newcomers. Again, sorry.
Probably better.
Yes, maybe. Probably works out better this way.
Well, I've got a performance to give. If you're interested, I'm playing at the Thundering Lizard here shortly. If not,
the Thundering Lizard, tell Pamsy I said hello.
of course, and he will kiss her on the hand and start to head out.
Lovely. Anything else from anybody?
Gamos will volunteer to go find Maddie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Beautiful. So as you guys start heading back, Gamos wandering around outside, eventually bumping into Maddie. You find her like climbing on like this very like rickety pile of boxes and barrels, and this like almost this wall that's like almost like bending the wrong way, bending outward. And she seems to be trying to get to the top of it. And any normal human standing on these barrels would tumble and fall to their death. And it's a very nice anime moment of her, standing at the top of the barrels and then just like perfectly balancing. I saw the drag. The scarf went that way, just right over. I was gonna try to get a closer look.
We talked to the lady with the scarf. Come along.
She likely immediately deflates, but then is very excited and asks you a lot of questions.
Several gruff groans and frustrations later.
As you leave the alleyway, the crates and barrels all fall in a very loud tumbling noise, and she says, "Oops."
Time to go.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, so you guys head back to the Thundering Lizard, which, in opposition of Kaya's, is packed. This is the party capital of Port Hope at this point, and there are people and bodies everywhere. And it is probably like an hour to an hour and 30 before sundown at this point. And the Thundering Lizard is hopping. Absolutely hopping. As you guys kind of like arrive, there are definitely some people that immediately notice you and know who you are and know that saw what went down earlier in the Grand Coliseum. Most of them kind of staying out of your way. A few of them brave enough to kind of come up and like drunkenly like want to like high five you and touch you. But it's packed. It's packed in the old Thundering Lizard. There are 3 kobolds behind the bar, feverishly dishing out drinks. One of them being Pamsy. The place is packed. So quite the night for a performance, which I think we'll pick up in the Thundering Lizard.
I mean, I don't have anything specific prepared for it, so it's literally just a roll. So just in case that changes your decision.
Ooh, give me the roll now.
Okay.
And that's how we'll start.
Fair. Well, first, I will hashtag bless myself.
Love it.
And also burn my final inspiration die
Throw it all.
on the performance.
Throws it all into the performance.
Yeah, so this is what, plus the D4 And a D6, I guess.
You have guidance.
Yeah.
I do not have guidance.
Okay. Bless is only attacks and saving throws.
Oh, it is? That's
Do you
right.
Guidance
want-
is
do you want
specifically
guidance?
skills.
Yeah, sure. I'll take guidance.
I thought someone here had it.
I've got it.
Thanks, man.
He taps you on the butt. Go get him, Brett.
Yeah, I'm sure it's part of our pre-performance ritual at this point.
We'll have to write that up sometime.
Yeah.
Go get him, bud. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
It's gonna be.
How high can
it's
you
gonna
go?
be really hard.
So excited.
Really hard for Mythos to keep him off the stage. Go for the
Oh,
kiss.
dang. Oh my gosh.
As Brett's getting all set up with Maddie and doing whatever, Tiny or me or whatever his name is would kind of
I
just
think your
elbow
name's
Mythos
Tiny.
and just say he would motion to Mythos that he needs to just go somewhere quiet,
Also part of
and that he would meet you back at the mansion in a couple hours.
Love that.
About the time, yeah, when the show should be stopping.
Yeah. I don't know. You'll see if you'll be able to pull Brett away from his instruments. He's having a hell of a show tonight, I suspect. Freaking rock star. Love it. All right, so as Tiny kind of heads off into the darkness to go somewhere, and Brett, while tuning his guitar, somehow plays the first, notes from Stairway to Heaven or something. I think that's where it ends.
Sweet.
Wow. Wow. Another session down.
Who's ready to race some dinos?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, congratulations, starting over Mythos. Making it through. Gamos. So close.
So close.
It turned so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them really did. Both of them, like, in an instant. It was so crazy. I had very hot dice tonight.
Yeah, you did.
Wild. And poor Gorm. Cursed.
You know, and as much as he hits with his burnt characters, like he was due to just have a dud of a character.
Cursed by Nick. Cursed by the ghost of Nick.
It's going to make it go in a different direction, though. That's kind of fun.
It just,
Yeah, it's true.
it'll be fun for Maddie to try to, cheer up old Gramps over here.
Just kidding.
You don't suck that bad.
Connor's gonna be so mad that I made Maddie leave during the chase a dragon out.
Oh yeah, 100%. He built that as part of the character though. Like that's what happens.
He'll get his chance to play 40 questions.
Yeah. So funny.
It's not a Michael campaign if we don't have a random female NPC with the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's supposed to have a somewhat Irishy Scottish
Mhm.
accent that I can't do. But for whatever reason, that's what it is.
Every time.
Hey, you could have sent her away. You could have been
We
like,
could've
oh,
what?
no. You could have been like, no, I'm not
Oh.
interested.
We'll
Well, we still might
Still
not
could.
be.
Still could.
Yeah, that's
Still could.
much shorter timeline than I think we're looking at.
Still could send her away. Yeah, you guys got a lot of potential allies at this point.
Are we doing XP based leveling, or is it all
Milestone.
milestone? Gotcha.
Yeah, it'll be milestone.
So for winning the arena, I got level 4 or
I think so.
Level 20, yeah.
right, level 20.
Mm.
Level 20. That's gonna work
You're-
better for me anyway.
You're this close away, Croft. This close away. But
Those double D10s or double 10s.
Those double tens.
can't be level 20. Can't be level
Double
20.
tens and then double crit on the
Yeah,
disadvantage.
the disadvantage.
Brutal back to back.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Do
It's
we want
normally
to-
a 1 and a 20, you know?
Mhm.
Normally it's like, oh, I would have crit, but I crit failed. Not 2 20s. It's crazy.
There it goes.
Do we want to try and pick a date to roll some dice in person, or
Yeah, the problem is,
I mean, I think we ask Connor and say we're
Yeah.
free, and then we plan around those dates if those dates are
He
even
may not.
available anymore.
Possible.
Yeah.
He's
that's
he might be
that's
out
why I'm
for
s-
season.
like I think like it's gonna just like we should pick a date
probably
and
finds
like
out.
he will either be able to or not. Like if because everyone seemed to indicate like a Tuesday could possibly work unless I misread the poll
Yeah,
and
it
messages.
could.
So like, you know, as the guy who has the farthest to drive, like that's no problem for me. So, you know, that could bring him back in or even he just makes a cameo appearance or something like that. But
Yeah, a Tuesday could work. Obviously, less time.
yeah,
That'll make it. It'll be a little quicker, but
which is fine.
which is fine. Yeah, just probably have to end early and be harder probably to start right at 7. Just harder to get to wherever we're going. If we're going to Nick's or whatever. Need some time, advance time if we're playing this, just so we can figure out who Nick's can be.
Well, do we want let me put it this way. If we aim for like end of July, would that be a possibility for everyone, do you think? Or is there any hard like, oh no, I couldn't do that? Cool.
Croft.
Cool. All right. Well, maybe like the 19th or the 26th or something. We can
I'll
actually
make
meet
myself available.
actually meet Will.
That'd be wonderful.
In the flesh.
There it is.
We
Want
have
to
to
pull
figure
a
out where we're
dorm and get there early and drink up all of Nick's keg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he was stoked. I think he just wants to play.
Because we more or less make a straight line down 71, starting with me and ending with Bartlett.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Will, where do you live again?
Just south of 152.
Is that the Northland?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I was gonna say I've never
So-
heard of one.
I was gonna say, is that the land time forgot or what's going on there? But
The Northland.
gotcha. Okay.
The land of the north.
I don't know where any of you live anymore.
The land of the north.
And you never will, Croft.
I'm very easy to find.
Moved.
Croft.
Every house I've been to, everyone's moved from away from those.
Nate's literally in the heart of downtown, like right
Okay.
next to the T-Mobile
Yeah,
Center.
just go to the Power Line District and you found
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right in the middle of the
Michael's in Prairie
Easiest one so
Village.
far.
Bartlett's
It's like close
south of 430, basically the Grandview Triangle. Is that kind of close, Bartlett?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Connor's at that Gates at 430. It's really 435 in Warnell, but
Oh, I know where that's at.
No, that's not that close.
it's close-ish. I was just thinking of landmarks.
Connor's basically
familiar with that
Warnell.
area.
Yeah, Connor's Warnell and
Bannister.
Bannister.
Yeah.
Warnell and 95th.
Yeah. I used to go over there all the
Yeah.
time.
Will
like
is
a mile south of him.
operating
Yeah,
on a
too.
different plane because 152. Those are numbers, but
152
You know.
north.
yeah, like I'll be like those people that Jimmy Kimmel like, hey, can you identify this country on a map? And I'll be looking at a map of Kansas City and like that's not Kansas City.
If it makes you
Um,
feel better, I'm not exactly sure what's all around here still either.
off.
Where's Nick at, Michael?
Lenexa. Well, Shawnee, technically. Like 70. What is that? 75th and
And what?
Lackman.
Oh, Lackman. Okay.
He's like
Oh,
10
that's-
minutes from my old house.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay. He's the closest to me then.
10
Gotcha.
minutes from his old house.
Got it.
Wait, are you actually-
I'm in your old neighborhood, by the way.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, right now.
Did I
And
miss
you're-
that you were back?
You're
Yes.
9 minute. Yeah, cross back.
You missed that?
Yeah, that's why I've been pushing this for the last few weeks.
I've been back for like 3 months.
Yeah.
For real? How did I miss that?
I don't know. I'm not exactly someone to come in and say,
No.
you
The,
know,
cl- the,
Yeah.
the two clues were just that Croft played with no video for like 2 weeks, and then he came in and was sitting in a different room than normal. It's like, "Hey, Croft, where are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm back." And it's like, okay, that signs were pointing that way.
actually,
just
nobody
assumed you were
said
making
anything
jokes.
the first week. Yeah,
Yeah, wasn't
because
Oh,
I
I
had
was-
the camera
I was-
off for the first 30 minutes.
I was gone. I was gone.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I was
That's
gone.
right, because I knew Marshall would have noticed.
I was gonna be like, that was the first
Marshall
thing I was
would've
like,
done it,
what? Where are you? What's going on here? But
Yeah.
yeah, I was gone.
Are we sure he's still there now?
That's true. That's a great question.
I mean, until a moment ago, I wasn't sure if you guys were here.
It's a fake background. It's a virtual background. He could be anywhere.
Push into the green screen.
Well, why don't
This
we
is
tentatively
Black hole.
plan on like the 26th? That gives 4 weeks. And I'll ask Connor if he thinks there's any world where he can do it, and if being at his house or close to his house would affect it or not, and we could maybe let that dictate where we try and play.
Yeah, put it in the group me too, just so Nick sees it too.
Okay.
'Cause he's interested.
And maybe give Connor the option between the 26th and the 19th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got oh no, it's not in person, so I'm good. Got just an online workshop that week. That's easy. I'm into it. Roll some real dice. Be cool. A nice little change of dice luck. I have to bring like 40 dice just in case.
Yeah, for sure.
Just in case the first ones are bad.
I mean, I'm itching to DM another one shot at some point. So
I'd also be willing to play one shot.
yeah. So I don't know for this one, but that
I
would
was
be
gonna say,
another.
we've
Be
got-
another.
Yeah. Several one shots. We and our group in general, I feel like there's plenty of one shot opportunities that if you don't even want to do the burnt or this at that session.
Also happy to play.
Find something.
Also
find something
happy
you
to
don't
be a
have
player. Just
Yeah.
give me some advance notice so I can make a character. I think I've got 100 written down. The main one was the Warforged idea that I have written down. That I don't remember what he does, but it was funny.
It'd be cool to play
Sweet.
like a Warforged Artificer.
It's on my list of things to do. Yeah.
That'd be dope. I feel like he had it was a Warforged wizard or sorcerer.
Warforged
with USB
Battlesmith.
spell slots. Yeah. USB spell
Mechanical
slots.
Dog with you.
Yeah,
Robots on robots on robots.
The all robot campaign.
I'd say it'd be cool to play a Necromancer, but we all saw how that went.
Well, for one shots you can play him. Just no.
I don't know. Maybe if you give it a different nuance than full blown crazy in the last 5 minutes that we do him.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have had more nuance if I had put a bullet in his brain.
That may be true. That may be
And-
true.
Can't say.
But it was pretty sketch.
They didn't
It
go
was.
for it.
It
man.
was real sketch.
I will say this is about the level when you start getting up to 11 or 12 where that dude would have been a dominant force.
I'm
just
sure.
with like
It's a
27
monster.
armor class with advantage on different saves and all kinds of
Thralls
yeah
walking around behind him.
yeah undead and shadows. I mean, he just never take damage, just ever.
Just a bunch of meat bags to send in front of him into a trap too. Go on, little buddies. My little bags of bones. You go
Hey,
first.
there may be a snippet out there too that are still worth finding about
Yeah,
him.
it's-
Maybe
it's
maybe
the
make
thing.
him not such a bad guy. Maybe make him a worse guy. Who knows? I've got
So-
Gavin here for a while. You know, we're maybe working on another movie. I don't know.
There
Who
you go.
knows?
Just gotta unbury the secrets.
You can bring your son to this in person so you can meet his hero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We,
True.
we actually,
Yeah, we might have to do it at Will's house. I need to check out these heated floor bathrooms.
That's true. We can
Can
do
we-
it in
can
the
we-
bathroom
He can meet
on the heated
Saru.
floors.
That there's
that
just a
would be a whole
lot of.
thing.
Yeah.
I can take you down to the trail where the movie was shot,
Mm.
where most of the movie was shot.
That'd be
Oh,
amazing.
shit.
We walked the dog down there today, and there was somebody taking pictures. I think it was the paparazzi.
Yeah, there probably was. They were like, there
It's-
they are.
It's like the Harry Potter museum where they have like that spot in like the London train station or whatever. And like, you know, there's the trolley and people can like stand in line and like, you know, be pushing through it. That's what they're doing there.
Except they stand in line to hold an axe
Yeah.
to the covered body that may not be one of Clavius's parents. Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Yeah. Well, you got to get to 100 views before you can get to 100 million. So we're almost to the first step on the ladder.
Nice.
We're nailing it. We're really nailing it. 100 views. All Will's children.
Yeah.
Possibly.
How many are Gavin?
I have to assume they're some of his friends. I cannot imagine how else I got like, I think it's 12 subscribers or whatever it is.
Oh, heck yeah.
So it's got to be like his crew.
That's
You know, if you can track where things are watched, then you can find me in there just mining for random bits of information or
Yeah.
quotes that I need.
I feel like I was specifically called out one time because Will mentioned he's like, there's this real spike around us. I'm like, oh, that was the spike. I forget what thing it was specifically for, but I went back and like rewatched it like 3 times.
No, I did that for the Nothgeeth episode, like where we saw the got the expo dump about the embers and all that. Like I was like, okay, that 15-minute stretch, like where we had those the stone murals or whatever. I re-listened to that a bunch of times.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
It's pretty. When I went back through and collected snippets for some of the foreshadowing stuff for Clavius, I was really shocked. I guess I shouldn't have been, but it was always the lore heavy things that had the most activity on them, and the ones where we did like one fight that lasted 3 whole episodes. It was like one view.
Yeah.
So that'll be like 20 years from now when we're reliving the glory days that those get watched, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is your
Yeah.
burnt
Sounds right.
brainstorming going, Michael?
Oh, it's going. The document is growing,
Nice.
which is good. Got to get the document growing.
No pressure, but we're trying to see how many presents are under the tree.
Yeah.
Giving him a nice shake.
Yeah, we're already you know, we gotta hit the fall schedule. You know, season
True.
premiere is coming, so
It's coming up.
yeah.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. It's cool. This has
Awesome.
been really good
Nice.
for that as well.
Also, the Curse of Strahd wines were Purple Grape Mash, Red Dragon Crush, and Champagne Doula Stomp.
Red Dragon Crush.
Yeah, that one was my favorite name.